or die, and I'll choose grow every time.
At least 4 billion useless eaters will be eliminated by the year 2050.
Whenever a truth is heard, there's no going back. You are the main character in the video game of life.
I personally don't believe anything they say, right down to the God they claim and worship.
Life is too short to not make understanding the truth
Here's
priority.
the thing about the music business. It's a cruel and shallow money trench, a long plastic hallway where thieves and pimps run free and good men die like dogs. Also, there's a negative side.
It's all dualistic.
You could stack up all their math books, all their science books, and even put all their degrees stacked up on top of that, and you still wouldn't be high enough to see the curvature. grow every time. Every time.
At least 4 billion useless eaters will be eliminated by the year 2050.
Whenever a truth is heard, there's no going back. You are the main character in the video game of life.
I personally don't believe anything they say, right down to the God they claim we worship.
I'm still waiting for somebody to show me gas pressure without a container.
None of the math adds up.
You could stack up all their math books, all their science books, and even put all their degrees stacked up on top of that, and you still wouldn't be high enough to see the curvature.
This is exactly why grounding is so important.
It's all dualistic.
We see too far.
We're just regular people who know we're being lied to. We're tired of it.
The bottom line is, there's only one choice left, and that's to dismantle this whole thing from the top down.
Hey.
What's going on, dude? So tonight we're going to talk to Truth Ache. I've been waiting to talk to him for a long time. You know who he is. You'll see his account on Twitter. The links will be there, but you know who he is. Don't worry about that. But
yeah, go to phoneboothpodcast.substack.com. You got 4, 5, 6, or 7 podcasts and a bunch of other stuff. And go and subscribe. This is the place to subscribe. Yeah.
You get all the episodes early, all that fun stuff. But we got to get into it quick. So let's get into it. Let's bring up
Truth Ache.
What's up, man? I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
How you doing tonight?
Hey, I think okay now that we got some technicalities out of the way.
Oh, yeah. The worst thing in the world, yes.
It happens all the time. Don't worry about it. It's that's what we do. We help people work out technical difficulties. That's how it works. But I'm excited about tonight. I've known you for quite a while. I mean, on Twitter, and I don't really know you, but when people say that. But yeah, so we've been talking for a while, and we've talked about you coming on before. You sent me your first book, which is fucking great.
True.
And now you wrote a second book.
Thick.
A second one.
I got it right here.
Oh, shit.
It's a little meaty.
Here's the first one.
I got the first one here. Yeah, this one's heavily sourced. After I say anything, I mean, don't trust what I say. Go look it up yourself.
Dude,
I give you all the links and all the information. You can look the original sources. So yeah,
we'll have to get into the details of it because I'm honestly. I'm blown away by anybody who writes a fucking book. And we've talked to a few authors on here, and every time I'm like, how the fuck did you write a book? Like, how did you go about that, man? Like, we don't have to get into that right now. We can get into whatever else. But to me, that just blows my mind.
We can if you want.
Let's do it then. Yours is...
All right.
It's not just that you wrote a book. It's that you wrote a very well-written book and a lot of detail, a lot of words. You didn't make it giant text to make it look thick. Like it's a hardy book, man. There's a lot of stuff in there. So
it's like 420 pages. Yeah.
How did you even decide, or what made you think you even wanted to write a book? And then once you made that decision, how did you go about the process of this is how how did you know what to do? How did you get it? Like all of that.
Right. Well, I guess it starts out with my background, and my book is mostly about, well, let me just unroll it. My background religiously, I grew up in a Christian home, went to Sunday school, did all that stuff, was pretty rebellious in high school, and, just I checked the box. I went to church, and my parents wanted me to go. So fast forward, as an adult, I got back in, I walked away, got into alcohol pretty good and found myself to where I couldn't function anymore. And I was sitting in a treatment center, and I can still remember thinking, the prayer I prayed, I was like, I'm not even worth being saved. And yet I just prayed, I'm in the dark, Lord. And I said, Jesus, if you help me out, I'll never do this again. And that was 31 years ago. And that's just kind of like the foundation of where my faith just started to grow. So fast forward, I kept kept at it, started studying the Bible, went to church and raising my kids to believe in God and all that stuff. Got to where I was on the worship team playing drums, and it was about 2009, I want to say. Sitting there and something just clicked. My wife said something about, planets aren't real. And I looked at her and I'm like, what are you
Oh,
talking about?
your wife
Planets.
said it?
Yeah, she's like,
Awesome.
planets aren't real. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Planets are you can see them. And she just, that's all it took. And I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. And so I got on the internet and started looking up. And what do you know? I ran into this guy named Rob Skiba.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
there you go.
whoa. Not only because that's a problem that I'd had so far is that people that say they believe the Bible, you can't get past the first 19 verses of the Bible. If you say that there's a globe after that, then there's a disconnect going on, or something's not right. And I was stuck in that indoctrinated state. And so anyway, I started watching Rob Skiba, and he was explaining it from the Bible perspective, which I'd never heard before. I'd never heard that it was okay to think like that. It's
Yeah.
okay to believe God. It's okay. I'm like,
Mm.
wait a minute. So that led me to another prayer about, you know, I want to swim out to the deep waters. I know, God, you're out in the deep waters, and I'm going to swim towards you. And I don't care what's out there. I'm just going to go. Let's do it. And I just start going. And so in this process, uh, I just felt like I was supposed to start writing some of this down. And I didn't know what that meant. I heard like scribe. What is the scribe's bad in the Bible? I didn't quite understand. So through this process, I'm pretty close with our pastor. We're on the worship team together. And I go to his office one day and we're talking and I'm like, hey, what do you think about the flat earth? He looks at me crazy. And this was like,
Mm.
yeah, 2009. It was still
Damn.
pretty, it wasn't on the radar really a little bit, and I started bringing up some of what Rob Skiba was talking about and just got, yeah, I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. I came home and I'm like, I don't. So I started looking up the Bible, started looking up what Rob, and it's all brand new to me,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to, well, this is what that says, and I go back to him, and it just got to the point where I couldn't. I left the church and started writing that's what really lit the fire. And my first book is mostly about what I call churchianity, and it's what most people think
Ooh.
the Bible is, and it's not. Most people don't. My interpretation of what how people read the Bible from experience is I go to church on Sunday and I sit down. The pastor said we're going to read Luke chapter 4, verse 12 through 15. And
Yeah.
everyone starts thumbing through their Bibles. And I've got King James, and you've got your phone, and you're reading the Message Bible, and you've got NIV, and the pastor's reading from ESV. And by the time everyone gets done, figures out where he's done reading, and you hear all the Bible shut, and everyone feels good, and they check the box. We read the
Yeah.
Bible today, and they haven't done jack shit. You
Yeah.
haven't read anything.
Yeah.
You're just there. You're just there because you think you're going to get some kind of a reward for being there. I don't know. But so anyway, the deeper you get into reading the Bible, you start realizing, wait a minute, why are we doing this as a church? What is this? Why is this? And so that's just kind of where it started. And I would wake up and I would just start writing, and I would sit down and write. My wife would leave to
Do
work,
you have
and
any kind of writing background at all?
well, I should start out. Yeah, a little bit, but it's mostly report writing. It's a law enforcement background. I gravitated into the regulatory field and was executive director of the Gambling Commission
Oh shit.
for a small government. I was in charge of writing the rules and the regulations. We had concurrent jurisdiction with the state gambling commission and the National Indian Gaming Commission. And so I wrote rules and regulations, and that's part of why once I started reading the Bible with intent, like Paul, I could understand Paul, what he's saying right away. I can read through Paul and it's like, wow, this clicks. I understand now. I get this. And everything just started clicking for me. And I just sit down and I start writing, and I didn't know what the subject would be about. And all of a sudden, I'd pray that morning, and it'd be, okay, I guess I'm gonna go into Greek mythology this morning. Okay, today I'm gonna read Albert Mackey, and we're gonna learn all about the Freemasons and what they're all about and what they teach, and just get into all the conspiracies and tear them apart and prove that the Bible is real. And don't take my, like I said earlier, don't take my word for it. Go look yourself. That's what Rob Skiba taught me. It's 2 Thessalonians 5:21. Test all things, hold on to what's good, and stay away from everything that's evil. And that's just what I'm trying to do here, and wake people up, because I think.
Sorry,
go ahead.
No,
I was
finish.
just going to say, especially through this the COVID thing, that's really starting to wake people up. Everywhere you turn, there's a conspiracy that people have said it's a conspiracy in the past, and it's come true now. And I mean, you can't deny all this stuff. And as far as like the Earth goes, you know as well as I do, there's people on there that have math degrees, they're physicists, whatever. I don't care about any of that. That doesn't matter to me anymore. I used to be into that. I don't care what I believe Job chapter 38, when God says, "Brace yourself, fool. Tell me how big it is. Show me where the foundations are. Tell me about my creation if you think you're so smart." To me, that tells me we're never going to know the real size and shape. We can argue about it all we want. No one's ever going to be right.
I've said the same thing, not so eloquently, but that we're not supposed to know. We're not
right
made to know.
So that's pretty much in a nutshell what my book was about, and the first one that you have, and it's mostly geared towards going after man-made religion. The Bible is not religion, and that's the thing that frustrates me the most, is hearing people just misunderstand it.
But truth, like, why is it not a religion? Like, what's the difference between the Bible?
The difference is it's a relationship. And if you look up the definition of religion, the actual definition is man's attempt to determine and define all the heavy duty things in life after death. Is there a God? Isn't there a God? And all the things that we struggle with as humans. Why are we here? All those things. That's what religion defines. The Bible isn't about relation. It's about relationship. God is referred to as a father. His son, we're brothers and sisters in Christ, and it's a family. And it goes back to the example is Abraham, and it's his family. And if you go to Galatians 3 and read verses 6 through 9 and 29, it tells you right there that if you believe in Christ, you're considered part of the family. There's all different metaphors through the Bible. You can get grafted into the family. There's trees that don't produce fruit and trees that do produce fruit. There's sheep.
Dualistic.
There's goats. There's all these different ways, different wines, and lukewarm, cold, hot. There's different ways to describe it, and
also dualistic.
That's just.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say was, just so you know where you're coming in, Vince believes in God and a creator, but has his suspicions that the Bible was altered and is possibly authored by the devil. He doesn't know.
Or AI.
Okay.
I'm someone who grew or ancient AI. I'm someone who grew up. My grandparents were Catholic. I went to Catholic church when Mass was in Latin. My mom came away from that and was Christian, so I grew up in the Christian church, saw my things and all that. Turned away from it because of one incident, which I know you can't use one incident now that I'm older, but when I was 17, there was something that I was like, fuck this, I'm done with the church, blah, blah, blah. Then didn't come back around to believing in God. I was atheist most of my adult life, and then I found out about flat earth, and I was like, it's a creation. If there's a creation, there must be a creator.
Exactly.
that's it for me. And then I do believe that the Bible's been altered in some ways. I know books have been taken
Oh,
out.
I
I
do
know all
too.
that. But I do
I do
believe
too.
that there is a lot of truth in the Bible, for sure. That's where I'm at.
Right.
Vince is a little different, but we all believe in a creator. So it's
Right.
all
And
semantics after that, you know?
yeah, and that's one thing that I've been having trouble posting. I saw you post a couple weeks ago that I'm having a video that won't upload, and it happens to be about exactly this. It's proving that the Bible's real,
Mm-hmm.
and because a lot of people, we all know that it's been changed, and there's versions out there that are different. The
Yeah.
King James version, I have a chapter in my first book that you have there. It's chapter 26 called David and the Serpent, and it's all about King James, and I call it the Queen James or the King Gay version because
Yeah.
he was full on homosexual
I'm
into
not gay no
demons.
more.
Yeah, he's still gay now. So
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, it
so
was he
and that's going to
I
be very unpopular because that's such a everyone. Oh, the King James, that's the truth. That's the word of God. No, it isn't.
yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. You probably know more than me, but I I feel like the story's true and I think I have it right that King James, was like he picked what religion was most popular at the time in order to appease his people and said, I'm going to make a Bible of that in my name and everyone will love me. All of my followers will love me. And that's how the Bible came about. He wasn't even a Christian fully. He wasn't like
Right.
a huge believer in God. He was just like, that's what the people want. Let me give them what they want and make it a good Bible. And then people
Yep. And
stuck with it.
exactly, and that's what I mean. If you want to get into politics today, that's what everybody does that. They appropriate parts of the Bible and then they weaponize it, and that's religion. That's the Antichrist spirit. That's not what the Bible teaches at all. The Bible doesn't teach that, and you're right. And I mean, our country, I think, is founded. People want to say that we're founded. I mean, we can go down that rabbit hole too of the Freemasons and all that. I mean, it's all been weaponized. It's all appropriation, and it's all. If you read the Bible, you can see that at the Tower of Babel. Basically, there was a divorce that happened, and God said, "I'm done with humanity. Nobody wants to believe me. Nobody wants to follow what I'm doing," and He divorced humanity, and He set out 70 the nations were set, and that the
Yeah.
nations, that's the word where the Gentiles come from, and there were 70 different nations, and it says that there were 70 different princes, like the Bible mentions the prince of Persia. There's different princes that are in
I
charge of
remember that
these
video game.
nations, and they took, and these angels wanted power. They had pride, and they corrupted humanity, and that's where all these pagan religions come from.
But
Yeah.
But
true take.
God chose one family, and
When
He
you
said, "I'm going to choose this family, and this is the family that I choose." And the other nations at the end, well, in the middle of the Bible, Jesus sends out His disciples. He sends out 70 of them for a reason. He's going out to tell all the other nations about this just happened. This is real. At the end of the Bible, at Armageddon, there's 70 nations that come together at Armageddon to fight against the one nation, and so it's all about man-made dogma against the Word of God, and
Yeah.
that's just what it is. So, what was your
but true
question
take.
there?
When you say God was disappointed with humanity with the Tower of Babel or whatever,
By
my
that
problem
point,
with
yeah,
that is like me seeing God being disappointed. Like I thought God was above everything else, like beyond everything else. Like is he
That's what's
disappointed
weird. That's what
and
I was
shit?
going to say. One of the things I've always had a problem with is that God is a jealous God. Like jealousy seems like such a human emotion to me that
right. And we're
I
well,
have a
and
problem like
and
no,
we're
go ahead. Yeah.
my answer to that is we're made in His image, and so I believe that He has emotions. I I I mean, it says He's got anger. There's going to be wrath. We know He loves. So we know that within that spectrum, there's going to be disappointment, elation. There's going to be everything's going to be in there. I believe that we're made in His image, And that's part of the reason why Christ coming and being fully tempted and living in our skin, that's such a big deal too, because he went through all the emotions that we go through too. And so I understand the jealous part of it. I understand, but he, at that point, he had told Adam and Eve, they sinned. Abel gets killed. By this point, there's been a
But why
flood.
would
The
he be
Nephilim,
jealous though? He's God. He's the Almighty. What? It should
because
be
because the
weird.
jealousy sparks from the first the fallen angels. Everybody rejects him. The angels rejected him. Humanity rejects him. There's a flood, and then at the tower, uh, his commandment was, "Here's the earth. I made this huge creation for you. Go out, subdue it. It's yours." And after the flood, everyone starts building. Nimrod still starts building cities, and they start doing the opposite of what he said. They start coming together and trying to make themselves to be like God instead of doing what God said.
But hold on,
And
why
that's just,
give us free will if he can't handle it? Meaning
oh no,
he
he can
gets
handle it. He can handle it.
well, I mean, then why does he become like that, disappointed and jealous and all that? He apparently can't handle it too well.
No,
Like
I think we're looking at it backwards. I think we're the ones that aren't handling it too well. We're not using our free will correctly, and I think once he's gonna, at the end, there's gonna be destruction. Everything that's at the end of the Bible is going to happen, and all throughout the Bible it says it's. And Christ says this. It's in the Old Testament too. It's still not too late to change the way that we think and act about God. And
truth, can I say?
Yeah.
Not using your free will correctly. I mean, is there a correct way to use your free will other than just to use it as you are using it? Like,
I believe so. I think it's just, I mean, he can answer after me, but I think it's
What?
just like when your parents give you freedom. They're like, look, this is a lot of responsibility. We're leaving you home while we go away for the weekend. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can burn the fucking house down. You can have a huge party and trash everything, but you're not supposed to. So you're using your freedom that was given to you in an incorrect way. There is an incorrect way to do it. And everybody inherently knows what's right and what's wrong, because when you do something bad, you try to hide it from people. And when you do something right, you have no problem doing it in front of people. Everybody knows what's right and wrong.
Yeah, but I get that, and I agree. But at the same time, though, if a really evil person wants to be evil with his free will, that is also correct, because he wants to be evil, and he's using it correctly.
There's going to be repercussions for it too.
Yeah, but
just as there should
that's
be.
another thing. I'm just saying, using the free will, he's using it the way he wants because he's evil.
It's not wrong. Well, I mean, it is wrong in my mind, but it's not.
But not for him.
It's not wrong in creation. You can do it, but you shouldn't really, because even he knows people who do shit wrong.
But there has to be two sides.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
They know it's wrong.
I know, but we can't all expect everybody to go the same way with their free will. It's a dualistic world.
No, we
this
can't,
place.
because if there was no bad, there would be no good.
Yeah.
All of that.
So there has to
go
be
both ways, which is why there has to be free will. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be punished in some way for doing things that hurt other people.
The punish is a different thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get
in my mind,
or punished.
It goes back to creation again. We were created with free will, and so if we're created with free will, who, like you said, when you realize the earth is a creation, who created this? Well, then who created free will? And once you start answering those bigger questions, then you start going down those rabbit holes, and you realize that the being that created free will has also stated what his will is, and his will is that we obey him, and he names out 10 things that he wants us to do, and those are considered good. And like Ted was just saying, people that haven't even read the Bible, you inherently know you shouldn't kill someone else. You just know this.
Yeah.
And so if you're evil, you don't care, and you're going to do that. It doesn't mean that it's a perfect example of how to use your free will, but it's an example of using your free will, and you're granted it. You're using it. So I just
Some
think it goes back to who gave you your free will, and we should, out of respect, like that goes back exactly the parent. It's a relationship. Your parent said, "Don't do this," and they're going to go out of town. And when they come back, which this is actually in the Bible, the story, but when they come back, they want things to be in a certain order in the way that they expect. And if they're not, there's usually going to be some punishment.
That's what
And
I think's funny
and
is
so you can use your free will if you know there's punishment or not, or you don't care. You still get to use your free will either way you want. And in your mind, that's a perfect use of your free will.
I think it's hilarious when people are like, and I've said it myself too, and this is not a shot at you, Vince. This is just a general thing. When people are like, well, why should I have to act a certain way to be able to do this? Or why should I have to do this? Why does God require this of me? Like, you wouldn't fucking exist if it wasn't for him. Like,
Right.
everything you have is because of him. Maybe
Yeah.
if he asks a little bit, it's not so much to ask, you know.
But you know what I would say the difference between, using the parent as an example. The difference is God doesn't always really punish you in this life. You might still be, doing your evil shit and getting away with it, right? In this
True.
life. But in the parents' example, they would punish you in this life. Like, don't do that. You're grounded.
It's
or
kind
you
of like if your
But God
parents
doesn't
tell
really
you
do
not
that.
to do something and then you go out and you have a great night, you're not getting punished while you're out running around. But when your ass comes home, so when you come home to heaven or you come home to the house, that's when the punishment kicks in. Or
but that's
going
still
to heaven,
somewhere else, though. But in the parents' example, it's all in the same reality. But when you talk about heaven, that's a different reality. That's
also
getting...
if you believe that this is the reality and this is what we are. Maybe
well, I think it's a simulation,
bigger,
anyways.
I
think it's a simulation
well,
by
so
the
it's
colder God.
Null and void, but yeah.
And that's heaven's another one of those things in the Bible that I wrote about in my book, both of my books. But
he'll be back. Continue,
okay.
True Take.
There was something that you just there was something you just said but I lost my train of thought.
Who, me or Ted?
You.
With the parent example, getting punished.
Yeah.
Was it that, or was it simulation, or was it?
No, the simulation that had to do with the heaven part of it, because that's one thing that I write about in my books. But
the simulation part,
right? Well, just the part of when Ted said coming home or going to heaven, and I'm trying to remember. There's something you said though that was something to do with the parent part of it.
Yeah,
it'll come back to me.
Well, all I know is I said, like, the parents, they punish you in this life, and God doesn't always God doesn't always punish you in this life. He might punish you after it's done. That's the difference between the parent and the God kind of a thing. But Ted, you went out for a while, but we kept going a little bit.
My power fluctuated for 1 second. Everything went out for like half a second, but it was enough to drop the router out for a minute.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
But Truthtake is trying to. He had a thought, but he maybe lost it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it was something to do with what you were just talking about, with the parent part of it, and how that's an example of grace to me, because we deserve to be punished, but we're not, and we're given chances, and we can still be forgiven. That's another part of his characteristics that I think are really important. And that ties into the grace aspect. He's graceful, and we don't deserve it. Like Ted said, I mean, he gave us life, and that's just where I got to after piecing together that this is real. There have been attempts to manipulate it. There have been things taken out or added to, but all in all, it's still very much authentic, and it's proven all the time. They find new archaeological evidence that shows, wait a minute, this is almost word for word what we have now. And that's
Okay,
pretty
let me ask you this,
amazing.
Trutek. You said like even if you haven't read the Bible, you still know it's bad to kill, grape, all that stuff.
I think you do.
Yeah,
I think
and
you
I
do.
agree. I haven't read the Bible, and I know that, so I can confirm
Right.
it. You know, huh?
Right.
So if I already have that inside of me, why do I need the Bible?
Oh, you don't need the Bible. I don't. I
Okay,
mean, you can
I
look
don't know.
in the you can
I'm
look
just
in the
kidding.
Bible.
I'm going to hell.
No,
Yes.
that's something else. That's a misconception. The Bible says that every single person that dies goes to hell. Hell is just a word that means grave. The Hebrew word is Sheol, and it just means a grave. Then we have the Greeks, they had Hades, and there was the god Hel, Hel, the Norse, and it all just kind of got convoluted and mixed up. And the Bible says when you die, you go to hell. And that the example is Christ went to hell, he was there for 3 days, and then he was resurrected. And
Yeah.
that's our example. We're going to go to hell, and it says that you're going to be resurrected on Judgment Day. There's one day of judgment. There's not a Judgment Day. Every single day someone dies, and grandma's not in
They are
heaven right
judged
now.
then.
That's a Catholic teaching. It's not in the
I have a
Bible.
stupid question.
Okay.
I have how do you measure days in hell?
I don't know that you do. You're asleep. You don't have any knowledge of what's going on here. It's considered sleep in the Bible.
So those
And
3 days could feel like an eternity, or they could feel like a split second. We don't know.
It could be tomorrow.
Basically.
Yeah, it could be like a nap, or it could be a long coma. Who knows?
Because we measure a day like the sun goes down and goes up, or whatever they say, set or whatever.
Right.
But in hell, where's the sun there?
I hear you.
Like, you know what I mean?
I guess
maybe it's 72 hours.
Hell is part of the earth. It says it's part of the earth. It's inside the earth, and so I guess it's still part of the earth. So the earth time would still. I don't know. Maybe that's the answer.
Dude, I
don't know.
I love having conversations where people don't know the answer, but we're
Yeah.
bouncing stuff back and forth. That's
Right.
the best to me.
Well,
That's what it's about.
we're not going to ever know until it happens. We're not going to know definitely. But that's what I mean. If this being that created us, created where we live, he revealed himself through his prophets, and we have a collection now that's called the Bible. But what Bible did Abraham read? What church did Abraham go to? He didn't. Look at the thief on the cross. What church did he go to?
Yeah.
Did he read the Bible? No. Is he going to heaven? Yeah. Christ himself told him, you're going to be in heaven. And he said, I tell you, today you're going to be in heaven. There's a lot of people that split that up. They want to go, oh, the comma's here. Or no, today means just use your brain. Christ wasn't even in heaven that day. He died, and it says he was in the like Jonah in the belly of the whale for 3 days. So he wasn't even there. When Christ rose, Mary Magdalene sees him at the garden, the tomb's open, and the first thing he says is, don't touch me. She's going to hug him. He says, don't touch me. I haven't been to heaven yet. I haven't been to my Father yet. He's clean, and he doesn't want to be unclean. Don't touch me. So the thief is going to be there too. He didn't read the Bible.
So do you think we only live once and then we either go to
Yes.
heaven or hell?
No, I believe the Bible. We live once, we die, then we go to hell, and that's the grave. And then there's one day of judgment. Everyone will be resurrected, and they'll be sorting, which is the sheep and the goats. There's wheat and the tares. There's all different metaphors in the Bible. And then that's when the fire. It says hell and the grave and death. Hell and death are thrown into the fiery lake. So hell is not the ultimate punishment. The fiery lake is Gehenna in Hebrew, and that hell is thrown into that. The grave and death are no longer needed, is what it means. And
So
from
that means
point, from that point, it says Revelation 21, New Jerusalem. It is going to come down from the clouds, and that's God's city, and it's got dimensions, gates. It's all spelled out in Revelation, and that was going to come down to the earth. So we're made from the earth. We die and stay on the earth, and God's going to come down and live with us on the earth. We're here. This is where we're supposed to be. Period.
Okay. Let me ask you this. So you ruled out that the possibility of past lives. Have you 100% ruled that out? 100%.
100%. It's bullshit.
Okay, let me ask you why. Why is it bullshit?
Because you're born once. You're born once.
How do you know that though? Like if you take away the Bible for a second, if you could. I know it's hard.
I don't even know how to answer that question. It's been so long since I've thought that way. Well, it's not a problem. It's the problem is I've gone so far into the Bible that there's no way that I can turn back because I know how true it is. There's nothing that's going to turn me back the other way. There's no proof. There's no. I mean,
is there anything in the Bible that explicitly says there is no such thing as reincarnation?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of a specific verse that says that, but it doesn't.
I'm not saying I believe in it. I'm just curious.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm just saying I don't believe that there. I believe that you're. I'd have to dig in.
So
I can get back to you on that. That's a good homework.
It's not that important. I'm just talking here. But so what do you think about the people who? Because I'm not sure I believe in reincarnation or not. I don't know. If it is real, I'm sure there's a reason for it or what happens. But I don't know. But I have heard very compelling stories of kids saying things that they should have no knowledge of. They should not be able to. So what do you think that is? Because there's clearly examples that are real that the kids aren't lying and making it up because they don't even know these words like corporal so-and-so of this, and it's like a real person. So.
Right. No, I don't have any doubts about things like that. And I think we've all grown up around, I mean, if I boil it down from my perspective, I believe that there were fallen angels. I believe that there were Nephilim, that Genesis 6:4 talks about the Nephilim, and they weren't supposed to be here. They're dead, and their disembodied spirits are roaming around, and that's what we call demons and evil spirits in the Bible. And they've been around since the beginning of time. They know everything that's happened. And I mean, there's Ouija boards, there's all kinds of stuff that you could get into where this kind of stuff is going to happen, and it's going to seem like
do you think
fascination.
Do you think ghosts are real?
No, I think once you're dead, you're dead. You go to hell and you're asleep.
So do you think everything someone's seeing is like a demon or something trying to trick people? Because I've seen people that believe at least they've seen. I believe that I've seen stuff. Never an apparition of but I've seen shit move that shouldn't have moved. Stuff like that. So I think that's all demonic because whatever. But I don't know what you think.
And there's an example of that in the Bible where there's a necromancer that tries to talk to somebody that's in the grave, in hell, in Sheol, and they're able to get in touch with them, and it says, don't bother this person, basically is the moral of the story, but apparently it's possible, so that part I don't know either.
That's something I've always found fascinating that people skip over is that there's nothing in the Bible that says that magic isn't real. Well, it doesn't use the word magic, but you know what I mean. But it says to stay away from it because it's bad or it's unreliable, I think is not the exact word, but like the translation, something like that. So it acknowledges that things can be done on this earth that we don't know.
It mentions witchcraft, sorcery. It mentions there's all kinds of examples of that, and it says not to do that. And so to me, just by admitting it, you're right. That's saying that there's something there, and you're not supposed to mess around with it. I think it's a perversion of something that's real. I think everything gets perverted. I don't think Satan, he can't create anything. He counterfeits manipulates and fascinates and woos us with his version of stuff, which if you're not grounded, I think you can get, if you miss your mom and you don't have a spiritual basis of why I shouldn't be messing with the Ouija board,
Yeah.
And your mom might talk to you through there, but is it really your mom, or is it a familiar
I know.
spirit that knew
You're
your
like,
mom? Or
Parker Brothers put it out. How bad can it be? Like, it's
exactly.
not about the tool. It's about the concentration of what you're doing on a specific thing. But yeah.
But if I can go back to the reincarnation thing again.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like a little kid. I ask weird questions. Okay? So
I am too.
okay, good. So let me ask you, isn't the only thing, if you take away the Bible, isn't the only thing that stops you from believing in reincarnation is the actual memory of a past life? Like if you remembered a past life, then maybe surely you would then believe in past lives. But since you don't remember a past life, you don't believe in past lives. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like,
do you believe do you have a memory of a past life?
No, hold on. No, I don't necessarily do.
Okay,
if you're asking me. But what I'm saying is the memory thing though. I always use this example. I don't remember what I did last Wednesday. Oh yeah, I do. Now I do. I recorded with Ted.
Yeah.
But that was a bad example. I don't remember last Monday. Oh, I do. That was a that was a stream we did.
No days left anymore.
Okay. I don't remember what I did
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago on Thursday. But it still happened. I just don't remember it. So that's just 3 weeks ago. Think about past lives, man. I don't even remember 3 weeks ago. How the fuck would I even remember past lives? But that doesn't necessarily mean it didn't happen. It's just that I don't have access to those files. But if I did, then I surely would believe, probably, in past lives. But it's just that I don't have access to the files, which makes me not believe.
I want him to answer, but then I want to ask you a question, Vince.
I just wanted to throw that out.
Well,
that's all.
I go back to, even before, I never even believed there was past lives. I think living in my own head for 57 years now, I know that I have a very active imagination. I can make all kinds of shit up. And whether I could make myself, you can go down that road. I don't really believe that. I just don't, in my gut feeling is you're here once. It's one time. This is a refinement. And I don't think you don't have to believe, you don't have to read the Bible to know God. You don't have to. He revealed himself through his word. And I think at some point I got on board with, I out of respect, I need to get on board. And if I call myself a Christian, which I did, I need to know what this says. But like we talked about earlier, you don't need to know the Bible. You don't have to go to church, but at some point, you need to start realizing that that God's real and start searching what is God, who is the creator of this world.
Before I'll go, Ted, and then I want to say go, Ted.
So a couple things. One, the thing about the Bible doesn't create whatever. There weren't Bibles in the time of Jesus. Just remember that.
Right.
So
there was Jesus. The Septuagint they read from, which was the Greek translation of the Hebrew.
I'm saying everyone before that, they're not just going to hell because the Bible didn't exist. So there's
exactly.
So the other
New
thing
Testament
is,
even.
Vince, I want to ask you, but I don't want to forget my point. But I want to ask you. So if you believe in reincarnation, what do you think the process is? But don't answer yet. Don't forget that.
Okay.
But me, so I believe our bodies are antennas. Like, this isn't us. This is my meat suit. This is me, but it's me here. I believe my soul is somewhere else, and I'm a antenna for it. So what if past memories of reincarnation or whatever are someone whose frequency was like 0.1 off from yours? Like when you're listening to a radio station and you're getting another radio station because it's so close and you're in between. What if that's why you're having these memories? Because that person's frequency was 1 million and blah, 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 0.2, and yours was blah, 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 0.3. What if it's just so close that you're picking up that frequency and that's why you have it? That's just a crazy thing. But Vince,
you're having a little bleed over.
Yeah. So Vince, if you believe in reincarnation, what do you think that is? How do you think that works? Do you think it's because you haven't accomplished something, so you have to go another go round? Or do you think it's like what? Why
Yeah,
would
it
you
could be
be
that.
reincarnated, and why are some people reincarnated and some people aren't? If you
It
believe
could
that
be
happens?
that you didn't complete the
I
task and
shouldn't
you have
have
to
given
go
you
back.
an answer first, bro.
No. But no, it could be that, but it could also just be just experiencing stuff. That's it.
Like you
You know what I'm saying?
choose to come back. Like you put another quarter in the machine to go back for another ride. Like
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
going again.
I think at the what would you say, default reality or wherever that is like we are souls, eternal souls with the creator or whatever, and then we just decide to go into different experiences, and that's it. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. It doesn't even have to be like I need to win, otherwise we're fucked. No. That's in the game. Like, when we're in the game, we're like, yeah, I need to win over you, blah blah blah. But at that level, it's all fine and dandy, and we're all souls enjoying ourselves.
It's like playing a video game with your friend. You're trying to beat them in the
Yeah,
game, but in real life, you're friends.
That's what I actually think. I actually think nothing really matters, just like Freddie Mercury said, because at the main level of existence, everything's fine with God. Then we just jump into these extremely real realities, and our memory is wiped, and we really believe in that reality until we get out of it. But I also now believe in life review, which, if it's true, I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of that. Meaning, once I'm dead, I have the choice to go through my whole life from childhood to death.
That'd be awesome.
And I'm going to see it through my eyes, but
like
through...
in a movie view, you think? Or
yeah, I get the choice to go either first-person view, like I used to experience that reality, or third-person view. And I get to switch between those two angles, dualistic. Like, all right, I now want to go back into the eyes when I was like 5 years old, played with that Transformers cartoon toy. You know, I kind of believe in that. And then once the life review is done, you jump into another reality and live that life.
Do you
not
think you
knowing?
can come back and review it whenever you want?
What do you mean?
Like, once you're out of the game, can you go back and watch your gameplay over again? Like it recorded
Perhaps,
all your
but I
gameplay
do
and
think
can
you
go.
get at least one shot at it. Like, all right, your life is over now. Do you want to do the life review or not? All right, I want to do it. And then you sit there and go through it and just have popcorn.
That's it.
No, but yeah, that's what I believe. I know it's whack truth take, but you know, we all believe different things.
I don't think it's whack. I mean, we all believe something, and it doesn't make it right or wrong. And that just made me. You're making. I mean, you're helping me. When we're done, I'm gonna go do some research because that's one thing. It's never even been in my wheelhouse, across my mind, past lives at all. Where did it begin? Where's this idea come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a lot of people who died, no, not died, but you know, you've heard of these people who have had near-death experience.
Yeah, died and come back.
A lot
for whatever.
A lot of them say that they got to see life reviews, a little bit of it, or something like that, a little peek.
You know what
into that.
fucked me up?
I just
so
go back
bad,
to my example is Christ, and he died, and he came back, and we're there's one judgment. There's not you're going to be judged for this life, and now let's go to this life, and that's not in the Bible, and that's why I want to go back. Where did this idea come from? Is this one of those fallen angels things that where did it come from? It's not from God. And that's that campfire game. It starts out, this is what you're supposed to do, and by the time you get around, it's okay to do this, you know.
Purple
I agree.
dishwasher.
I agree. Maybe it's from the fallen angels. Maybe it's a deceiving thing. But you have to also have the same thing regarding the Bible. How do you know?
Oh no, 100%? I do. Exactly. That's what I mean. You got it. That's where we go back to the Rob Skiba. You test all things, and once you start digging into the Bible and you realize that it's all interlinked together, this, that, and the other, and there's no way that anybody could have done this. It's supernatural, and once you get to that point, something clicks. Once you really start looking, if you go look with the open heart, God's going to find you. If you're open and you want to see the truth, you're going to find it. There's no way around it. And that's why the flat earth thing is such a big deal, because like Ted was saying, you don't have to believe in anything. You believe in NASA and you believe in all this stuff you see, Star Wars, and then one day you see a meme, you see someone post something, and you finally click on it because you're like, what is this? And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, wait a minute here. I never even thought about that before. I thought it was falling off the edge and all that stupid stuff.
Me too.
And then you're hit right in the face with, I have to choose to this is either real or I have to ignore it. And that's where it is to me. I mean, you can't deny it. There's a creator. And once
That's
you get
why I
past that, there's
believe.
other things in the Bible that you go, whoa, there's no way that I can deny this anymore. This is real. And I'll tell you, one of my biggest hangups with the Bible that I couldn't answer for a long time was, how come in the front of the Bible, God says, kill all these people? And then in the other side of the Bible, it's love everybody. What's the big answer there? And that was a
Hold
big
on.
struggle for me.
What you're saying? There is a version of the Bible where God says, "Kill all people," or something
Every
like
version
that.
of the Bible. Every
version of the Bible.
The Old Testament, and
there's some rough
you don't
passages in the Old
understand,
Testament.
and so what happens once you start digging in and realizing those are tribes of giants. They're hybrid people that are not supposed to be here, and they're giants. They're not, and it's like, wait a minute, okay. And he ends up killing them all with the flood. I mean, that's part of the reason of the flood.
I don't know if he killed all of them. I think that's
no,
the main
he didn't
reason
kill
for
them all.
Exactly.
There's a second. I mean, I believe Nimrod was a giant.
What
it
about
says he was a might.
Noah's?
And
I
I
forget
think
which son. One of Noah's sons had a wife that was supposedly of Nephilim descent, and
yeah,
that's
that's
how
one of the things that Rob Skiba used to talk about, that it could have been DNA from the wife. I don't know. I'm in the camp with. He also believed that it was Nimrod, and I'm in that camp. I believe Nimrod is also Nimrod isn't a name, just like God's not a name, Satan's not a name, Nimrod's not a name, but
it's a description.
I think he was Gilgamesh, and the more that this starts to, the Desert Storm. I mean, the first thing we did was storm the museum, and they stole all this stuff from Gilgamesh's resurrection chamber and all that. And there's a State Department email from Hillary Clinton that they wanted to know where the buried Nephilim were and where the where Gilgamesh was at. And I'm like, okay, all this stuff.
This is why they sold you the bullshit about, it was all about oil. It was about oil. That's why we went in, because they had
weapons
to sell
of mass
you
destruction.
Yeah, that was the narrative, but then even the conspiracy theorists were like, it's not about that, it's about oil.
No.
So you'll ignore the fact that it was about Gilgamesh's fucking tomb and that they were looking for it. And not only that, Afghanistan also, there's stories of them killing a giant with 6 fingers and 6 toes with red hair that was like
the Kandahar giant.
Tall. Yes. These things
Timothy
are
Alberino.
real.
You guys should have Tim Alberino on sometime. He interviewed the pilot, and he's on X too.
Dude, I have not been able to find that fucking video of the helicopter pilot this entire time.
I'll send it to you.
You have. We've talked about this multiple times. You have that?
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited right now.
Tim Alberino, he's got stuff. He talks about that all the time. And that.
Do you have a connect with him?
He's not just. I follow him on X, and he follows me, and just
send me his @. I don't even know
but
him.
He's
on
very
X,
active.
So.
He's active. He's got his own podcast, and he's very active, and he's all over this giant stuff.
I'm gonna hit him up and talk to him.
Can I go back?
He's also one. Do you know who L.A. Marzulli is?
Yes.
Yeah, he's friends with him too, and they both talk about this.
Yeah, L.A. Marzulli's
So,
been on Nephilim Death Squad a bunch of times. So
yeah.
Why do Christians or I don't know Bible people? Why do they ignore the First Testament or whatever it's called?
the Old
Well,
Testament.
I think
Old
that's part of
Testament.
it. Yeah, I think part of it comes down to what we talked about earlier in churchianity. That's just the way that the pastors are taught in seminary. And there's a guy named Dr. Michael Heiser that talks about this a little bit. He talks about uh, how much they talk about creation in seminary school. It's like 10 hours out of 10 years of schooling. They have like, or it was
It's
one hour.
hold
It
on.
was 1 hour,
It's
one credit
so
hour.
crazy. Everything you're
Yeah.
saying is exactly like the medical field with nutrition. Like the
Oh yeah.
important things. They get no education about nutrition. Pastors
Right.
and priests get no education about creation whatsoever. It's
Yeah.
insane to me, man.
But
Yeah. And
could it?
so then they get down to, so what happens when you go to churches? You're taught, most churches, denominations, and they teach that the Old Testament is the Jewish part of the Bible, and that the New Testament is the Christian part of the Bible, and that's completely wrong. That's not true at all, and that's another problem that
But they're
that
both
pops up.
old. Even the New Testament is old in my book. Like they're all old shit.
Oh
So
yeah,
why?
yeah.
It should be
Why-
called the newer.
The
Yeah,
newest,
but-
the newest,
Yeah.
I would
newest old
think
version.
if I were to believe in the Bible, then I would look at the first thing that was supposedly the Bible, which is the Old Testament. I wouldn't be even
Well-
looking at the new one.
Well,
I would
because
be
that was
looking at the
before
old one.
Jesus came back and said,
And that's a very smart answer, because when Jesus was here and he taught and he was reading the scripture ended with the book of Malachi. It was only the Old Testament. Whenever anyone in the Bible says from the scriptures or they reference the scriptures, it's only the Old Testament. The New Testament hadn't even been written yet. They were
But could
living
it
it at
be?
that point.
Could it
So
be
you're right. It
because?
should be the old.
Yeah, I mean, why shouldn't it? But could it be that people don't like that God said kill everybody or whatever you said there?
No, I think what it comes down to is
that would be a good excuse to skip, referring to the old.
Let's ignore that one.
Well, that's,
yeah, I mean,
most pastors, most churches don't
listen
talk
to God
about that
there.
stuff.
Huh?
They don't teach that. They don't teach that. They don't talk about the giants, the Nephilim. They don't.
Exactly.
None of that's really
because if
touched
you
on.
do that, you have to acknowledge that we're not an explosion that came from nothing and a ball
Right.
on a fucking orbiting the sun. Because
But I'm still
there
confused.
wouldn't be giants in the story of evolution. It wouldn't happen. That's why
Exactly.
they leave it out.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
forget about the giants. I just want to know why God wants to kill all people.
He didn't want to kill all
Well,
people. That's how people interpret it. Because
Exactly.
Can we read that? Is there somewhere we can find that thing?
Yeah, it's all over Genesis. It's all over the Bible. Genesis is full. The end of Genesis is full of, and even when they go into the Promised Land, they're supposed to go out and wipe out all these people, get rid of the giants out of the land.
Real quick, while he's pulling it up, I have a question to ask you that it fucked me up. So, okay. You know the story of Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel and all that. And Cain killed Abel. And then when they kicked him out of the Garden of Eden, right? They painted his face white. So the others wouldn't kill him.
He received a mark, it says.
So, okay, so who are the others? If
That's
the Garden of Eden was the foundation of all creation, who are the others?
Well, the Bible does talk about us having older siblings. There's
and other civilizations it talks about even.
Well, they're called sons of God. They're in the Bible is what B'nai Elohim is what the Hebrew word is, and it's angels, and it says the angels were here, and
But what about how Abel or Cain built cities? How did he? Do you think he used the Nephilim
he went
to build
to a
cities?
City. Well, it says that's another. I think so. I don't know if it was Nephilim or not, but I do know that it says he found a wife in the land of Nod. Where is that? Where's the city of Nod, or town, or camp, or whatever it was at that point? And I know there's other extra biblical texts that aren't considered part of the Bible that talk about Awan and Azura, I think is the sisters that Cain and Abel married, or I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. It's
I
not
love
in
that
the
you
Bible,
can just say that. Thank
I
you
gotta
for
be-
just
But it
saying
does-
that, because I don't either, and I just find it fascinating. But
But it doesn't change my faith in the Bible.
Oh no,
It's
not
just,
mine either.
I'm
Not mine
given.
either.
I can only go so far with that, and until I understand more, the answer is I don't know. I just know that he had a wife, and he went out somewhere, and he had a mark, and he was worried about other people killing him. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's only you, your dead brother, and your mom and your dad.
Yeah, what are you worried about?
That's all we know about so far. Who else is going to kill you? But yeah, I don't know. It's
like
it's there.
If the Bible was an instruction manual for life, like not everything's in there. I don't know. That's how I justify it in my head, because I know, Vince, I see your face, but I believe
there's too many things that doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Why did God kill everyone in Genesis? 10 generations after the creation of Adam, God saw that the earth was corrupt and filled with violence, and he decided to destroy what he had created.
Correct.
That doesn't make sense. First of all,
well, now it doesn't when you cherry pick it, but if you read up to it and study into it and realize, like we were talking about, these aren't people, and they're abominations, and they're not supposed to be here. And
fallen angels came
how
down
is anything
and
a surprise to God?
Slept with the daughters of men. And just because
Who
it's a
said it wasn't?
surprise doesn't
It's
mean
not a surprise.
Well, it sounds like it. It sounds like God saw that the earth was corrupt. Oh shit! Fuck! What is this?
Right.
It's corrupt.
You're also
reset.
on Google, so you know. I mean,
well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay. Does anybody know what is the real thing that is in the Bible? Fuck, I don't know. But if
I know.
he killed everyone, did he kill everyone?
Times. Yeah, everyone died except Noah.
That's pretty fucking
and
weird.
His 3 sons and his 3 wives.
Okay.
And their 3
the
wives.
flood was to wipe out the Nephilim for sure.
Why
There's
haven't
no
he
doubt
done it
about
again?
that.
Why didn't he do it right now? Because I think the earth is corrupt and filled with violence right now.
Because he said that he promised that he wouldn't, and that's why he gave us his rainbow. And he is going to destroy the earth again. He's already promised to do that. And the second time it's going to be done with fire. And that's Armageddon in
Didn't
Revelation.
you say that he promised not to do it again?
No, he promised not to flood.
No,
the
he's
earth
not
again.
to flood the earth again. He said he will never destroy the
He's
earth.
going to
by
use a
water
different
again.
method? He's just going to change the method?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fire. The first baptism is by water, and the second baptism is by fire, according to the Bible.
This sounds like fairy tales to me. Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Your knee's going to bow, and it just my
make
whole
no
point
mistake.
Is,
I bow to God.
Why not make it right? Let's bow now and get on the same page, because it's not a fairy tale. That all the armies are going to come together, and they're going to meet at Mount Zion, and they're going to get torched like a nuke. It's going to torch the earth, and that's the second baptism. And all the humanity that's left will be wiped out. And then there's a reset, and New Jerusalem, and eternity starts from there. And there won't be any evil at that point. There won't be any killing, and there won't be any of this stuff. No evil. Evil's not allowed.
I make it to that. Hope I make it to that.
You can make it.
Die in a car accident tomorrow.
Listen, don't get me wrong here. I don't like evil, but I do understand that it's necessary that it exists, so we have the opposites. If there's a place when there is no evil, wouldn't that get boring?
I don't think so.
Not if you lived your whole life dealing with evil and then it was gone after that. I don't think it would.
Maybe for a while it would be nice, but you know.
Hey Vince, I got one for you. So let's all 3 of us. Let's say the world ends tomorrow, and tomorrow afternoon we're sitting there talking in heaven. are you gonna have any past memory of your life here that was that had evil all around it? I don't know if we're gonna be able to remember our lives or not.
I think we will. I think we will have
I hope so.
infinite access to everything there. It's just we're limited here. Just like we're limited here with time as well. Like we have a finite time here. But up there, I think it's the opposite. It's no there is no frame to time over there. But here it is because we're limited versions.
I think that's a huge thing though, because imagine when people are like, "Oh, well, why do we have to die?" Imagine, like, just for a second, put everything else out of your mind, and imagine if every human that was ever born lived forever.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck would happen?
Pretty deep.
I think that would suck.
It'd be terrible.
I don't know.
I think it would suck.
Think about resources. No one's ever died.
We're coming from the mindset of living in cities and there's not enough land for everyone and we can't grow our own food and all that.
I agree with that 100%. There's not 6 billion people. Everyone could spread out. But if no one ever died, no one ever died,
lot of people.
think about 30 million years in the future if no one ever died.
Right.
We would eventually run out of space. I mean,
and we will get fed up with each other too.
And you would get tired of life. Once you've done everything. The reason life is
I'm already getting tired of life.
The reason life is so important and so magical is because it's finite. It's because it's not forever. If it was forever, you would take it for granted. You could do anything you wanted and it wouldn't matter. Like, oh, I'm broke, I'm poor, whatever. I'm going to go live on the street. I don't need to eat. I can't die. I don't need to drink. Like,
it takes out the value of everything.
It does. It really does. Nothing would matter anymore if you just live forever. Nothing.
Yeah, it's like the video game with endless lives. Huh?
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm going to
jump
in.
Don't you have this little, isn't there this little voice back here that's going, you're getting ripped off. You're supposed to be living forever, and you're going through this life, and you're gonna die. Isn't there something
we're supposed to do that?
I don't know.
In this place, I mean.
Yeah, here.
I think that's how we were made. We were made to be eternal, and we're going to be eternal eventually. But yeah, there's something inside of me that's like.
To me, it says that we're not made to be eternal in this reality.
This thing.
Like right now.
No, not now. No, now we're not. We're limited. It says 120 years. 120 years is our limit, is what it says. But originally,
I know we all want. Listen, we all wanna. We don't want to die. I don't want to die right now, right? Obviously,
no,
I don't.
Nobody wants to die.
That would be our biggest stream ever if you did.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, hold on. Oh no, hold on. Where is it? Hold on. Fuck is it? I got some new sound.
You got too many now. You got too many.
Too many buttons.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it this one? No.
That's good. Yeah.
I don't want to die, obviously, because I'm still living, and I don't want to change that. But at the same time, though, I don't want to live forever either, because just what we talked about, shit gets boring after that long time, you know? So it's like, I don't want to die, but I don't want to live forever either. It's like...
Also, if everyone lived forever, there would be no, like, oh, like... I really need to appreciate my mom because she won't be here one day. Like,
yeah,
she'll always be here. Well, fuck that bitch.
I don't need to appreciate her.
I know. Right? It's like there's a reason that you appreciate things is because they're fleeting. They don't last forever.
I hear you.
But
doesn't that have to be in the reality?
In this body, in this realm, I think there's different gifts above this that do last forever and.
Yeah, but I believe in that too.
In the human body, I'm not paying taxes for eternity, motherfucker. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear that.
So, if I can ask you this, I know I'm going to hell for asking these things, but God made me.
We're all going to hell, dude.
All right, see you there.
It's the first time I've heard that, so I like that.
See you there,
true.
man.
True.
No, I know you're saying we're dead.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah. So, what if ancient AI made the Bible?
Well, I think there's too many coincigods, as I call them, in the Bible that once you start digging in, there's just no way. There's no way.
Is there no
Just
way?
So I can agree with that to a point. I agree that there's tons of stuff in the Bible that is absolutely provable. But
yeah,
if you were
one
going
of
to try
my
to trick people, wouldn't you put a lot of truth in something in order to trick them? Like,
you
oh,
could
look, this
you,
part's
you
true.
could, but at
I
some point
personally
you
believe
it's going to
have
be
to.
leaking out.
I personally believe they're only allowed to manipulate the Bible so much because I believe it's manipulated, but I believe they have to leave certain parts in. That's just me wishful thinking. That's what I think.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going with.
Of course, you
But
have to have truth.
so
You
I
have to.
think I don't know, man. I don't know. I know
well,
they could
when
do
they
it,
when they pull
but
up scrolls that are like Isaiah, the Isaiah scroll, the big one. He's one of my favorite prophets, and um, when they look at Isaiah scroll, and it's almost exactly word for what we have today. It's mind-boggling that it's gone through
But
that many hands. But my big thing, and I have a chapter in my book about this. It's called Stoner Math, and there's a guy, a doctor named Peter Stoner, and I like to use him. He was an atheist and he was a mathematician, and he worked with a group of Christians, and he got so sick of them talking about the Bible and how God this, God that, Jesus that, that he was like, all right, I'm going to put my brains into this and I'm going to shut them up. And I'm going to show them with probabilities that this is bull crap. And so he set out and he just took there's over 300 prophecy in the Old Testament about Christ. And he took 8 of them and he started crunching the numbers and he started figuring out that but it, it was at a it was exponentially bigger than all the visible stars in the sky, and he only got to like 17 of the 300 before he quit and turned his life over, put the math book down, picked up the Bible, and started going out talking about the Bible and how true it was, and he became a Christian. And that's all it takes. Once you start digging into it, you can't deny it.
but true
And
take. If
there's just
I
some
am
yeah.
if I am ancient AI, let's do this little play. I am ancient
Okay.
AI. I know a lot of things. I have fucking ancient intelligence. If I wanna have you guys on a little pond world we call Earth and fuck with you, I am ancient
Mm-hmm.
AI. Couldn't I make a book that says things that will happen eventually according to my plans as ancient AI? And
Mm-hmm.
once those things unfold, you, my little experiment people, you will believe in that book because. Do you know what I mean? Like, I already know. I am ancient AI. I'm planning these things for you guys. And I'm putting that into that book. And then when you experience those things unfolding, you're like, yeah, this book must be real because see, look at what's happening. But all in all, it was all me, ancient AI, fucking scripting everything for you to make you believe whatever I want you to believe because I have some fucking weird agenda. I don't even know why. I can't explain why this ancient AI would do this, but I'm just talking about could it do it if it does exist in the first place even.
Well,
But do you know what I mean? Like,
first of all,
why couldn't it do this?
I think first of all we got to break it down to what the hell is ancient AI?
Well,
I
let's
mean,
break it down.
who came up with that? I believe what you're referring to is fallen angels, and I think we already have an example of what you're referring to. It's called the Talmud.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Tell me more.
that's that's something that's
I'm
been appropriated. That's appropriated, and that's controlling. It's in play right now, and just everybody's controlled by it. It's not in the Bible either. It's religion. That sounds a lot like the control of the ancient AI, the Kabbalistic AI. the
Tiny
yeah, I
house.
mean, the AI
the
could
opposite.
be demons. Yes.
Well, I do. I mean, I believe the source is God. He believed. I believe the Bible again. It goes back to the Bible, and it's either God or it's not from God. That's all it is. There's not.
Dualistic.
If it's not from God, then it's not from God. And I mean, what's ancient
But at the
AI?
same time, though, everything is from God at some point. At some point.
Oh, sure,
So.
everything's from God. But I
So
don't
what?
think I don't know. I'm just trying to follow this ancient AI.
Yeah.
Where that comes from, I don't know. That's
Because
a new
I have
term
a
to me
hard
too.
time. I have a hard time believing that these movies, even to going back to the 1920s or something, with the Metropolis movie, talking about or not talking about, showing you fucking AI robots and shit, a robot coming
But
to life. How the fuck could they predict that even in the 1920s? Unless this shit has been here, huh?
but maybe you're giving too much credit to AI. I mean, you've chatted with AI, right? I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
you can
talk to it.
you can talk circles around AI. You can change AI's opinion. It's not. It's got human parameters. It's not artificially intelligent. It's stupid. It proves itself. It contradicts itself all the time. And I think we're giving way too much credit to this. Does that
I
mean
agree,
that
but
do I do believe that the ancient AI that you're referring to, and I'm calling demonic, I do believe that they'll be able. It's going to be like a digital Ouija board at some point. And is all this being mounted up against us in a digital ID in our surveillance state? Yeah, they're wrapping it all up in
but
one big package.
okay,
But I
true
don't.
take.
Okay,
I
yeah.
I kind of agree that yes, sometimes AI feels really dumb, and sometimes it surprises you. Like, what the fuck did he say there?
Well, it's
That's crazy.
fast. It's fast. I'll give it that. It's
It
fast.
is fast, but I will also say this though: how long have we officially had it? Just a few years, right? The one
Oh
where we
yeah.
can, I mean, officially, like the
Right.
public. So
Yeah.
it's just a few years, 1, 2, 3 years. Give it 10 years. How will it end up after 10 years? Because I didn't
Right.
even expect we would be here right now, where we are right now. You
Well,
can just talk to it and it creates you a fucking almost photorealistic video of Bob Marley, like Ted did.
right.
Do you know what I mean?
But
Like,
that's
that's pretty sick.
that's them throwing the ball up, and they're getting ready to peg us with the other ball. I mean, that's if you look at X. Why is Elon on there saying, "Hey, have Grok make you this"? Why is
Yeah.
all these and Altman? Why is he pushing? Go make a video with me, and they're trying to get you fascinated with the stuff that the low end stuff
And it
that's
works.
not. Yeah, exactly. That's the bread and the circus part of it, and people are eating that up, and that's not really what. You're right.
But
We don't really know the capabilities of what they can do with it.
True Take, listen.
Yeah.
Just a year ago, I was like, "Fuck AI, it's taking over." I was kind of like in that mode. I still am, but even I have been like, "Fuck, man, this AI can be funny. It
Oh, it's
can
fun.
do a
You can
bunch
mess
of
around.
crazy things. It can help me and shit." Like, even I'm coming around a little bit to it. Like, hey,
It's getting you, bro.
So
You just
I'm
gotta.
just honest
My
about that, huh?
Me too. Oh no, I use it too. I use it all the time, but I like to do it. I like to use it against itself, and that's the
Oh.
way I use it.
Well, you have to be careful though. Everything we do on the internet, it might be listening to it. So when you say,
Oh
"I'm
yeah.
using it against it," it might remember, "Oh, Truthake, that motherfucker's using shit against me. I'm going to
Yeah.
show him." Like, be
Got you.
very
Oh, I don't.
careful even when you say that. You know what I mean? Like,
I
you
don't
never
care.
know. I
I
mean,
don't
you
care.
might at some point when that motherfucker runs everything. But
No, I didn't. Hey, I didn't wear a mask. I never got vaccinated. I
that's
don't
great.
even. Somebody wants. I walk out of the store and they say your receipt. You need your receipt. No, you don't. I just walk by and tell them have a good day. You don't. I don't
Yep.
play games. I don't play games.
Hold on. When you go to the store, you don't take the receipt? Or what did you say?
No, they
No,
want to
when they're
see.
trying
Show
to.
me your
Oh,
receipt when you're walking out. I, no. I
They don't
don't
have
stop
that in
and
Sweden, Vince. In all our stores here, Walmart, Target, all that, they're like,
They don't let you out
oh,
otherwise.
I mean,
oh yes they do.
they do. That's
They
his
do.
point.
So what do you mean? Like, do you got a bunch of groceries? And
Right.
you
Their
bought
You
it.
point
go and you
is
buy
because, like,
groceries.
yeah, some things aren't in bags, and they're like, let me check
Well,
your
they don't
receipt to
even
make
see
sure you
that's the
paid for it.
stupid thing. That's
Uh,
part of my law enforcement and all. I came up through. I did loss prevention. I've done it all. There's no point to any of that. If I'm stealing something, it's not in my bag. It's not on the receipt, and all they're doing is looking and they circle it, and it's just saying I'm not doing my job, and I'm just going
Yeah.
to try to deter the weak people, and I'm going to try to see who the sheeple are. And here, hand me your receipt. And the first couple of times, I'm like, no. We need to see your receipt. Well, if you can get it out of my pocket, then you can have it.
Yeah,
And
that's
now they just nod and smile at both of us and don't say anything.
I'm just
It's
gonna say
BS.
from now on, I'm gonna go, no, thank you.
That's
And
what
just
I
be
say.
like,
That's
no,
what I
thank
say.
you.
yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah,
But isn't
they
that?
go, can I
Huh?
mark your receipt? No, thank you. That's what I say.
Yeah,
And
But
then I say,
isn't
have a
that where
good
they
day.
get suspicious of you though? Well, like, why don't you want to show your receipt?
yeah, they can, but you're
I don't
legit,
care.
so
I'm not doing anything wrong. I didn't
yeah.
steal anything. You can watch me
I
if you
get
want,
that, but
yeah.
what if it was somebody that did steal? Then in that situation, it would be like, hey, listen, dude, show me your receipt, man. And
It's
he's like,
still
no.
you gotta prove that I stole something, and looking at my receipt, it's just wasted time. It's a headache, and it's part of this
We're
whole
paying for that person to stand there and do that.
it just like
Mm.
the lines in the store, the arrows. Whatever. Yeah, a
You
germ's
didn't
gonna know
follow
which way
that
to go.
truth?
No,
You didn't
man.
follow the
I hate
arrows.
to tell you.
I'm so disappointed.
I never
in
wore a
you.
mask. I didn't get vaccinated. I never did any of that. I was like,
I
what?
never once.
Come on.
I even had to go
Actually,
to a.
I lied. One time I wore a mask because my grandfather's funeral, they wouldn't let me in the place without it. So I did wear a mask.
Right.
Other than that, I never did.
I'm disappointed in
Yeah, I
you
didn't.
guys. You didn't follow the arrows. Didn't you know those arrows was really important to follow?
Yeah, because germs ignore arrows, right?
They go.
Or they
Yeah,
don't
They
ignore
go in
arrows.
one direction.
They don't go. Yeah, they don't go over the tops of the aisles or
Yeah.
around the
No,
end
no, no, no.
caps.
Just
They
like
never
you
go
had to wear your
backwards.
mask when you stood up to go to the bathroom, but when you
Yes.
were sitting down at your table, you could take it off.
It's levels.
Like,
Yeah.
Levels.
so ridiculous.
And I
Levels
always-
of
I always-
COVID.
And I always tried to stay at 5.5 feet because I like to stay in the danger zone, but
Yeah.
just enough there, you know.
Oh, I have to pull it up.
Write it out.
Yes.
What are
I
you
have
pulling
an
up?
image. I have an image of that. You've probably seen it, you guys. But it's still so ridiculous that it happened. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at that shit.
Yeah.
That's real people, apparently.
These people were crazy. I mean, I saw
That's
shit
to measure the 6 feet or something.
in
The
my
helicopter.
real life. People wearing like the full mask that you wear like when you're painting a fucking car or something to the grocery
Oh, yeah.
store. I saw that with my own eyes while I'm wearing no mask and perfectly healthy. And these people are still like, oh, you're crazy. Get away from me.
What about this one?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that does. That's like a
That's
dog
semi-
bone. When you don't want
That's
them to-
semi. Well, it protects.
She just got spayed, apparently.
It protects COVID up to here. You know.
Okay.
That's it. That level.
The things I love are the kids in band wearing masks
Oh,
with
yeah.
holes cut out
Yeah.
to play their instruments. Like,
Dude,
Yeah.
we gotta do that in a live stream where we all find the most ridiculous COVID shit of the past
There you
and
go.
just pull it up and just remind people how fucking retarded
that's
they
a good
were.
idea.
We fucking need to do that because this shit should not be forgotten. No
it was
way.
so bad. I literally talked my mom out of getting the vaccine. Friends of
Nice.
hers were telling her, like, listen, we're not going to hang out with you anymore if you don't get it because we can't be like, and I'm like, hey, if their vaccine's working, why do you need to get it? And she's like, actually, that's a good
love
point.
Right.
Like, I went through all of it and it was back and forth. Like, literally, I can say probably 10 times, I think I'm going to get it. Like, it'll just make my life healthier or make my life better. It'll be easier. I'm like, oh, but how about the aluminum in your system? How's that going to make your life? Oh, look at these things they're pulling out of people's bodies who got it.
Oh yeah.
And she didn't get it. And to this day, her boyfriend who did get it and got his 2 boosters after his 2 shots, she's like, I won't be surprised if he's gone in the next 6 months, because his kidneys have problems now, his liver has problems, all these things have problems. Me personally, I know 3 people in my life who got the shot. I know more people that got the shot, but 3 people in my life, I know 5 total. 3 are dead now. All of them died of cancer. The other 2 is my mom's boyfriend, who has kidney and liver problems. And the last one is my brother-in-law, who literally got it because he walked into a Walgreens to get some stuff for his daughter because she had a cold. And the pharmacist came up to him and was like, oh, you should get the COVID shot. Don't you want to protect your family? And he got the first J&J one of 2 and never got another one. And he's in like a mass depression right now. And he's someone who, he's like me, always in a good mood. We've always joked around. We used to go fishing, camping together, all this shit, like just talking shit, joking the whole time. No parameters. Everything's on the table. And all of a sudden he's like in a depression, and my sister's worried about him. Like, so out of the 5 people I know who got it, all 3 of them are dead, and the other 2 have significant issues. And my brother-in-law who got it literally sent me a video of him putting a magnet on his arm and a magnet sticking to it, because I saw those videos and I was like, is that real? Like, I don't know, because I didn't get it. My wife didn't get it. I have no way to test it. And he put a magnet on his arm and it stuck. So that is definitely real. For sure.
One thing that I always wondered about all this too, what do you guys think that, because I thought it would be way too, because if you look at the bears, there's a lot of weird injuries and a lot of stuff that got reported, but it's still as many people as got it. I'm wondering if they didn't, like some of them were placebos, or not all of them had whatever is causing all this in it, because it'd be too obvious, or I don't know. What do you think?
I think it was a test run, and about 90% of them, maybe that's over, but 80 to 90% were saline, and they were just seeing how many people would take it.
Yeah, because if everybody died,
actually got everyone would know immediately.
Exactly.
Oh my god!
So you can't do it. It's too obvious.
If you can wipe out 10% of the population, there you go. Yeah. That flies under the radar.
Then you just need to put in 10% poison.
Yeah.
Out of the 100% of the vaccines, 10% is poison.
Yeah, exactly.
And while they're dying, they're still getting more boosters, so that's another good sign for us.
Oh.
So we can plan the next one.
I got another one for you guys. Continue.
It's crazy, man. I just don't get it. And I was never someone who was into this kind of stuff, but like, I don't get how people don't see it now. Like, it's so blatant. And especially with, let's be honest, with the whole COVID thing with 33 cases. 33 cases, 33.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on. How many times can you say 33 cases in different places across the world, and we're just supposed to ignore it? It's absurd.
Yeah. And Bill Gates, I mean, of all people, why is that guy the expert on all this?
That motherfucker. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. And what I'm famous for is creating a program and then creating a virus for that program. But you guys are going to trust me with vaccines.
But remember, YouTube, we're not scientists either. So this is all entertainment.
Entertainment purposes only.
Oh, yeah.
listen to this lady for a minute.
So I want to get the vaccine before they do that. And they said, yes, I should definitely get the vaccine. That will be my 7th COVID vaccine. I have gotten 7 COVID vaccines. I had to go through my history because my doctor's, what is she?
You literally lost track.
Look at the eye. That's a crazy eye.
Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
crazy?
That's a crazy eye. Yeah.
There's a what is she? What's her official title? I don't know. She's a
She does
doctor,
look
but she's not like
vaccinated.
my doctor.
She does.
It's
That's a
bad.
vaccinated face.
She's
Like hold on, pause it real quick. So people, and I'm sure Truthache, you went through the same thing. I would assume because I've heard it from almost everybody. People who I had respect for before this fell right into it, and I was like, "Oh my god."
Oh yeah.
I used to
How?
respect your judgment, and now you're falling for this.
Stinks.
How did I ever listen?
Your
Like,
judgment stinks.
I would have rode out
Right.
with you into a battle, and now you're taking a jab from the government. Like, what the
Right.
fuck?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of those. And especially when it's like a family member. And it's like,
Yes.
whoa, wait a minute here. What happened? Whoa. Time
I
out.
got very
Yeah.
lucky because my brother, my sister, and my mom, none of them took it. And
Right.
so there was, and that's all I got. My dad's dead. That's all I got in my immediate family. Aunts and uncles, one side of the aunts and uncles, none of them took it. The other side, they all did. Can you imagine, or can you figure out which side's doing better? Like,
Oh yeah.
It must be the
definitely.
vaccinated side. Yeah.
yeah, must be.
It must be.
Well, another thing that's kind of fascinated me since we're on this subject has been like my parents are boomers, and it seems like all this stuff was really getting pushed on them. The TV, the everything was just ramping up in their lifetime, and they're just so easy. That generation is so easy. Oh yeah, roll the sleeve up, and no, we trust science, and
Yeah.
it's from a doctor. It's got to be good, And it's like that part's just still mind-boggling to me too. And
If
if
you don't
you
mind us
that
asking, because we ask a lot of people this, because it seems like
yeah,
there's an era. What year were you born in?
68. That's Truthache
Oh,
68.
Oh.
wow. So no, you're way before us. I'm 82, bro. We're far
How much
Okay.
apart.
older? How much
But
older
I'm
is he?
57.
Ah.
I'm
So,
43. So
12.
I
14.
think so. We have to adjust. I think we have to take this into consideration because everyone we've asked before this is somewhere in the 80s, maybe 79, but it's mostly been the 80s that the people who are awake
Okay.
are from that period. So this is, I like this. I like that a
I'm
lot.
the old
And
part, huh?
let me
Yeah.
just say, you look fucking
I mean,
great
you
for your
do-
age, bro. I had
Yeah.
no
Thanks.
clue. I had
You
no
could-
clue.
Hey,
I thought you
I
were
don't.
younger than me, honestly, by how you look. I thought you were younger than me. I'm not even fun.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I try to take care of myself. I don't drink and I don't do any drug. I don't even take aspirin. I've got chronic back pain, and so I
Oh,
have a reason to. I've got prescriptions, but I don't even. I threw all that stuff
oh,
out 10 years ago. So I
me and
I
you got
white
to
knuckle
talk
it through
more
life.
deeply. We got to talk
All
more
right.
deeply. I had degenerative disorder. I do still.
Yep.
I was supposed to get back surgery, a lot of shit,
Same.
and they
Same.
offered me a bunch of medication. I tried it for a while. It fucked up my whole life, and I said I'm stopping all this, and I've never
Yep.
been better than I was when I
Oh,
listened
same.
to them. I stopped
Yeah, I
taking
don't. I was a
Excedrin
walking
for
zombie.
headaches. Yes, I
Yep.
stopped taking anything for heartburn, and guess what? Headaches and heartburn all went away. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous, man. It's insane what they loop us into believing, and we
Oh
go
yeah.
with it, and we don't even like, oh, I guess I need to take more because I still have heartburn, or oh, I still have a headache, I better take more. It's like that worked on me even after I was awake. It still worked on me for a while.
Yeah.
And then one day
Yeah.
I was like, I'm taking heartburn medication every day and I still have heartburn. I'm not taking it anymore. And I don't
Nice.
have heartburn anymore.
You
It
know,
went
It's the
away.
same thing with the headaches. It's insane. It's like you get one and then you try it and then it's a fucking never ending thing. Even with over the counter. So imagine prescription with like, oh, your cholesterol's too high. Take these things.
Yep.
And like, fuck you. Oh,
you
God.
know why I think a lot of people believe in the doctors and shit? It's because they do fix some stuff. That's how they get
Oh yeah.
you know?
Surgeons,
Yeah, there's
surgeons and trauma, they're fucking amazing at. If you're
Yeah,
sliced
emergency
open,
medicine, that's different.
your bones broken, all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm
but
just trying to figure out
internal
why.
medicine, doctors, it's all
I'm
bullshit.
just trying to investigate why so many people.
It's also because doctors used to be legit. Doctors used to not even charge you. They used to live off of donations from communities in small towns. That
or
was
I've
the
heard
doctor.
if they cure you, they get paid. If they don't,
Oh yeah,
they
there
don't
was
get
no
paid.
cure, no pay. That was a big thing after that. But back in the day before that, it was like, the medicine man, whatever.
Yeah.
He was revered because he took care of you. People gave him things. He didn't have to charge you. He took care of you, blah, blah, blah. And then it got to a point, I guess the next thing was the no cure, no pay, which is a big thing because, again,
Should go back to that one.
you go,
That's a good
you
one.
pay millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars for cancer drugs, and then you still die of cancer, and it's just
Think
all
of
fine
it.
and dandy.
If we go back to no cure, no pay. No
the
cure,
maritime
no
law
pain.
bullshit.
No cure, no pain. We should start a protest for that. That would incentivize the doctors to actually try to cure you to get paid. Now it's the opposite. Like they get paid to kill you. This is all entertainment purposes.
Yes,
all that
doctors are great. We love them.
Yeah, this is all a joke.
It goes back to it's like the pastors, though. They're trained. They don't know better. That's part of them. I don't believe all of them are in on it.
Yeah, I agree.
If they start if doctors start looking into this too, they might be going, why are we giving this poison to some people? I mean, it's just compounding the problems. And that's not taking away from a compound fracture or whatever. Yeah, they're good at that, but
we
why
should
do
tell
we need
Trump. We should tell Trump bring back no cure, no pain in the medical industry. I mean,
no
we
pay.
might.
No pay.
Oh, what did I say?
Cure, no pay. You said pain.
Pain. Oh yeah.
No cure. No. There's a lot of pain. No cure, no pay.
Yeah, bring back no cure, no pay, and then
really
we might get
be.
trust back for them.
Let's put it across the board. Say your car's broken down and you bring it to a mechanic.
Yeah.
And it's still broken down, and they're like, "Hey, like it's
Give
fucked.
me the money.
Your car's dead, but you owe us $120,000."
No.
Like,
fuck
no,
you. I'm
feel
getting
like,
out of here.
Exactly. So it needs to go back to that. But doctors should get more training in nutrition. If you go to a doctor and you have a problem and one of the first questions aren't about your diet, go to a different doctor.
They don't even talk about it.
I know. They get like 2 hours of their entire medical degree on nutrition, which is completely absurd because even if you don't think nutrition is medicine, which I fully believe everything is medicine that we eat, if it's the one thing you do, if you did anything else 3 times a day, wouldn't your doctor want to know about it? You eat 3 times a day, but they don't give a fuck about hearing about what you eat?
Because they do ask you, like, do you take any drugs?
Yeah, if you were like, hey, I do a bump of coke 3 times a day, they'd want to know about that. But they don't give a fuck about what you eat. Come on.
That doesn't make sense. Why do they care about that, but not what you eat and shit?
Exactly.
And in reality, they should be saying, now you're eating 2 times a day, right? Or once a day, right?
Yeah.
That's what
I know.
they should.
You shouldn't be eating. I mean, that's... Yeah.
Intermittent fasting is not a joke. And that's another thing that goes back to the Bible. It talks that pastors aren't taught, and we aren't taught about fasting, but it's all in the Bible about fasting.
It literally tells you when you're preparing to fight off demons, I'm paraphrasing, that you must fast.
It's fasting.
And they programmed you like, let's have breakfast. Breakfast
is the most important meal of the day, bro.
The word, let's break the fast. Let's have breakfast. Break
your fast. Yes.
And you hit another one of my favorites. It's Genesis 1:29, where it says, I gave you all the green leafy plants, seed-bearing plants for food and medicine. There's how you take care of yourself, is with what I gave you.
I used to use that because I was vegan for 15 years, and I used to use that because it specifically does say, and I'll still argue it, I don't know the exact words, but it says, I gave you the land animals to rule over, and I gave you plants for sustenance. Whatever it says.
Yep.
it never says anything about eating the animals. It does not
No, there's
say
never, until after the flood, the first time that man eats is
that.
when
Yeah.
Noah sacrifices, and it says that the fragrance of the meat went up, and God said, from now on, I'm going to let man. That smells good. And so from that on, you could eat the clean animals. But even
I
if you go back
respect
to
the
the
shit
beginning,
out of that, bro. He was like,
yeah, if
"Oh,
you go
that
back to the
barbecue
beginning,
smell good."
yeah, exactly. And if you go back to the beginning, Cain and Abel, which we talked about earlier, one of them raised crops, and the other one raised
Animals.
animals.
Yeah.
They didn't eat animals yet. That's kind of a trip to think about. What were they for?
Why were they raising them? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was for sacrifice, because the original sin, there the animal sacrifice. My guess is it was probably a lamb, but God
Can I?
sacrificed an animal and covered their sin. So from that point on, there must have been some kind of a sin offer. I don't know.
You
But
guys made
one of
me.
them raised animals.
You guys made me
Go.
think about the cow.
Yeah.
That's
The
because you guys
cow-
worship them over there in India, right?
Yeah, in India, right? No, but the cow, it seems like the ultimate slave animal. Even worse than the sheep, almost a little bit. Or
Dude,
maybe they're the
Or
same.
the horse,
You
maybe.
say that,
Oh, that's
but
a
that
bad
means
one.
you've never been around cows, because I'm afraid of cows. Like, they're cool, but if you get in between them and food, they'll fuck you up in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
They'll destroy you. They don't
Regular
care.
cows without the horns.
It doesn't matter. They're
Not even
1,200
trying to hurt
pounds
you.
running at
Yeah.
you, like just going through you. They'll do it. Because my bosses own a ranch, so every once in a while I have to change cows from one pasture to the other, and you have to like put a bag of corn on the four-wheeler and smack it, and they know that sound and they follow you. And there's sometimes where I'm like, oh shit, I gotta change gears. They're catching up on me. Like,
They're getting too close.
Yeah, they're too close. Like, they'll fuck you up, man.
But are they
could
brain
destroy
dead or
you.
something? Like, why are they so easily slaved?
I think they're pure.
Docile.
They're not here to, they don't have a natural, they're not predators of anything. They eat
We're not
grass.
on their
They're
food chain.
vegetarians.
Yeah.
Like,
So are
they're
they
not
just
here
born to
attack
be
anything.
fucked? Is that what it is? Born
They
to be
might
fucked.
be born for food. I don't know, man. I don't, like, I eat meat now. I was vegan for a long time, and I see the pluses of some of that. Not all of it.
Right.
But I think I completely still agree, the way our system is set up for meat and dairy is fucked. It's fucked because even the kosher thing. Okay, so the rules for meat to be kosher is it can't
Right.
fall in its own blood. It has to be killed in one action, and it has to be blessed by a rabbi. So the way they got around this was they hang cows from a chain by their leg, and they're on a conveyor belt, and then they fall, and then they slit their throat with one cut, and then they bleed to death while they're hanging from one leg. So it was one cut. They're not falling in their own blood because they're hung from a chain, so they can't. And then a rabbi's just going as they go down the conveyor belt. So all these things are fucked up. The industry is completely fucked up. They're all mingling in their own feces. Like, it's not good for you. But I do believe that if you're out there and you're hunting an animal and you kill it and you eat it and you portion that up and do it, that there's nothing wrong with killing that animal.
But
Right.
you know that is actually a thing that could happen to us as humanity. Meaning, when these robots and AIs fully take control, they could, if they wanted to, do the same things.
Yeah, but they don't
that
have
we
to
do.
eat us. They can't eat us.
They don't.
But
So it's
maybe
not right.
they don't eat us, but they use us in a different way, just
It
like the
doesn't
Matrix.
make it right, though.
No, I'm
doesn't
not
mean
saying it's right. I'm just saying
Oh, they're gonna
they
do it.
They
It's gonna
could
happen.
do that to us.
Haven't you
because-
watched Terminator, bro?
No, I need to
happening.
get to see that.
Well, that's in the Bible too. The Bible, it talks about that in
Terminator?
the end times.
No.
How it says there's going to be a statue, and that the image of the beast that's going to be made alive. Somehow the statue's alive. I don't know. To me, that sounds like a robot of some kind.
But I'm disappointed that
Ooh.
it didn't predict it. The Bible didn't predict it as well as the Terminator did.
I
But
know.
that's what's
It
crazy,
didn't say
though. Like,
Skynet.
You have to admit, Vince, even if you, and I know you think it's ancient AI, but let's say for 1 second, just put it out of your mind. The Bible's real,
Yes.
right? Let's just go with
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy that it talks about the mark of the beast and basically barcodes, all of that, having to have the mark to buy goods. Like,
through the government.
how could that
Yeah.
have been implemented back in the day? Now we can see that.
Unless there is an ancient AI. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but
you're
there's another
assuming
one.
you're
of that-
assuming that these people were
I
sand
asked you
people
to
at
put
that time.
all of that out.
Yeah, I know,
I'm
I know.
saying, with
Well,
all of that
I
out,
don't know. Then there
can
so
must
I'm
argue-
be
saying
God.
we have two
God.
options. There's an
Or
ancient
Satan.
AI, or there
It could
isn't.
still be Satan.
So
It could
okay,
still be Satan though.
Satan can't write books.
Here's a good one.
I don't know
And
what he
it
can
talks
do.
about in
Penmanship.
I don't know
Revelation.
what he
There's
can
going
do,
to,
man.
after
I don't
the
know Satan. Huh? Go. Truth.
Revelation chapter 6 through 9. It talks about when the seals are open and all the things that are going to happen in the end of days.
Yeah, the
One of the
trumpets
things
and
it
all
talks
that.
about, John's describing these locusts that come out and they're allowed to sting people but not kill them, and people are just going to wish that they're dead.
Sting?
And the way that he describes them is they look kind of like a lion, and they've got different red, yellow, and blue, if I remember right, colors on them. But he describes them as locusts, and the closer we get to it, the more I'm going, whoa, that kind of sounds like a drone now to me. At first, I thought it could have been helicopters, but to me, it sounds like he's talking about drones that are going to be released that are going to be stinging people, and that doesn't sound too far-fetched anymore.
So
I don't
yeah,
know.
you're gonna be stung but wish you were dead. So what if it's a tranquilizer where your body goes limp, and then you're picked
Or
up
it's
and
some
brought
kind
to
of
their camp?
neurotoxin, COVID-31 or whatever it is by then. You know what I mean?
It's fucking
Yeah.
Who knows?
man, we're fucked. We're fucked.
But it's written
That's it.
down ahead of time. John wrote about it in 90 AD, and it's 2026 almost, and it's like, okay, this is weird. This is all
We
getting really weird.
are rolling into 2026. That's crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I've had this feeling since childhood that the world's gonna end in 2032. I could
Really?
be totally
Okay,
crazy.
well,
That's pretty
you
soon.
might
What are
be
you,
close.
Greta Thunberg or something?
Or
Didn't
there's
she say-
gonna be a massive shift, possibly. Maybe it's not gonna end.
Yeah.
But
Well, the other side, I mean, you can look at Agenda 2030 and all that stuff. The other side trying to force it on us now. So
yeah.
you could, I mean, maybe your time's right. I don't know.
Yeah, what if they implement in 2030 and then in 2 years it all crumbles? But so I
Yeah.
used to have that feeling, and then I watched Demolition Man, and it takes place in 2032. And I think there's a
Okay.
lot of parallels between that movie and reality today. We've discussed this before, but like the people living underground, the fake ass food, the we don't touch each other anymore because everybody's offended. We don't have real sex. Like all this stuff
Right.
is where
Electric
they're trying
cars.
to go. Yeah, it's where they're trying to go. It's like the social credit thing when he's cursing and it's fining him. It's like
Yeah.
that's where they're going today. It's right there. So I think I'm on track. And I'll be 50. 50 is a good amount of years to live. Solid amount of years. I'll be good. 2032, I'll be dead at 50. Let's go. Let's do it.
Go
And
out
that's
with a
when we'll be
bang.
watering our lawns with Gatorades. Is that in that movie too? Or, oh wait, that's a different
Idiocracy.
movie.
Yep, that's a
Yeah.
fucking documentary
yeah.
right there.
2005 it came
I
out,
mean,
right? 2006.
You can
yeah,
kind of
something.
put both of those over each other, and Terminator, maybe all three of them, and
Yeah.
there's where that's where we're at.
And
Because
then
we know
maybe
they
Matrix.
put truth in
No.
it. They put truth in it for sure. They
Oh yeah,
always add it.
Star Wars, all that stuff. I think, yeah.
But the
I think
question is, how did they know about it way back? Unless it's a plan that's out there, or do you know how the fuck did they know all of these things?
I
in the
think it goes back
Terminator?
to what we talked about. Since the beginning, there's been knowledge. Some of it is now fallen knowledge, and it still influences us. And that doesn't mean that they don't know, and they know the truth too, and they can twist it up, and they could
They definitely know
give
the truth,
George
right?
Lucas. Yeah, they could. George Lucas, why don't you create a movie about the Force or what? You know, and they start pantomiming and counterfeiting the truth to cause calluses and dumb people down to the truth and start getting away, and it starts slowly going to their narrative. That could be part of it too. It doesn't. I don't believe like NASA. I don't believe everybody at NASA knows what's going on. Everything's compartmentalized. It's like the COVID shot. It'd be too obvious.
I think most of them genuinely think they're doing something good for humanity on both COVID and NASA. They genuinely think they're helping people. But so we got about 10 minutes left. I want to ask you. If you could, I know this is, sorry, I don't mean to put you in an awkward position, but if you could sell your book right now, why people should read your first book and then get your second book, what do you think people will get from it?
Well, to be honest, I would say the answer to that is I would start with the second book. I think that what you're going to get
like a
from
Tarantino
that is
thing.
Kind of. The second book I think is geared more for, the first book is for people that are already have an understanding for the Bible, maybe have gone to church. It's not for, although I have had people that read it and like, whoa, you totally opened, I didn't because you connected dots that I didn't know were there. The second book is more about the earth. It's about Gnostic religion, Freemasonry. It's about all the stuff, the fringe stuff that we've kind of been talking about. I have chapter 19. It's about COVID-19 and the World Military Olympics and all the stuff that happened around the.
Well done, like by the way, by linking that. Well done.
Chapter 19, COVID-19.
And I've got my humors in there, like the editors when they first started reading it. Chapter 3 is telescopes, and then the next chapter is called anomalies, and it's chapter 3, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, we redid because there's 2 chapter 3s. And I know it's an anomaly to have 2 chapter 3s.
I love
chapter 3 is anomaly, and so it's got a lot of. And I sent you, Chad. I had Grok read one of my chapters. It's called "Beating a Dead Nazi Horse."
Yes, I remember that. I remember it well. And
it's about UFOs and NASA and all that stuff. And and so it was pretty much, that's on the back. I tweaked it a little, but I put it on the back of my book. But it basically said that I'm, and it's basically the reference was that I'm spitting truth like a punk rock street prophet hopped up on caffeine.
I remember that. Yeah.
And it was just, it was like, wow, it totally nailed what I was going for. Just kind of,
you're like,
as far as writing goes, secular writing, Hunter S. Thompson I used to read a lot of Hunter S. Thompson, and I liked his style, that gonzo journalism. And I'm a smart ass, just like, I can tell just from, that's part of why I connected when I started seeing your stuff. It's like, okay, for some reason I feel connected to him, and I felt like I needed to send you a book, and that's why I sent it to you. And so let me just say, not only did you send me a book, because I have a few books over here that people have sent me, but you signed it and wrote an entire thing inside. And let me just say, you have the best fucking handwriting I've ever seen. Like, at first I was like, did this motherfucker print it? And then I was like, no, it says Ted. He didn't set up a printing thing just for Ted. Like, no, dude, that's my handwriting.
That means
is that your handwriting? That's welcome. Beautiful.
It's very good, and it's very heartfelt, and the book is very good. I brought it on a road trip with me, and I normally get like kind of car sick when I read in a car because you're not paying attention. But like, I was just going through it and going on our way to camping, and I was like, fuck, man, like it's well written. You're a smart dude. You're a very intelligent dude. It's well written, and I can't believe how thorough it is. And the fact that you have a second one blows my mind. I don't even know how you found the time to write all these words. Fuck, man, I need to up my game. I'm slacking.
The second book is 684 pages.
Holy shit!
It's really.
How long did it take you to write it?
It took me about, I'm gonna say 5 years to do both of them.
Damn.
And that was.
That still sounds a little light to me, man. They're both thorough books.
There's days my wife would go to work and she'd come back, and it'd be 12 hours later, and I'm still sitting in my chair typing and reading the Bible and
How do you write though?
cross-referencing.
How
And
do you write? Do you write on a computer? Do you write?
computer. I just write on a PC.
I would assume that's what everybody does now. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I just write it all. I don't have Word. I had Apache Open Office, and just would start typing away and
then how did you get it
I
published? Did you just do it through Amazon and something else, or did you actually
yeah, I
find a
started.
publisher?
Well, I started with a book service to help me figure out how to
That's the only way to
organize
do
it.
it
And
nowadays. That's the
yeah,
only way you can
I
do it.
paid
Yeah.
someone else to help me, and so through that process, we came up with the first cover, and then the second cover I designed all by myself, and I pretty much it's been quite a process, but
I just want you to know,
can,
don't take that lightly, man. You have 2 books. I wouldn't even know how to go about doing that. That is such a huge undertaking. The fact that I have one at my house in Florida right here, a solid copy, and you have a second one that's even more thorough. Like, take time to appreciate what you've accomplished, because that's a big thing, man. It's not easy to do.
Yeah, it's been a couple of months now since the second one's been out, and there's been marketing stuff, and I'm just now getting to the point where, and that's why I'm glad you guys reached out, because up until this point, it's just been rolling with the punches, and it's just been a crazy thing. And I feel like I can relax a little bit, and I'm starting to realize, especially when I look at this book, I mean, yeah, that's right. That's pretty thick little piece of information there.
Dude, you created something that you can hold in your hand. That's a solid 2 things.
Yeah.
It's a solid fucking thing that will last forever. That's not to be taken lightly.
One final stupid thing or 2.
Yeah.
First of all, where can you find that book?
It's on Amazon. And
send us all the links also. We'll put them under the episode. Send me the links.
Okay, if you go to my X account too, Truthake68, it's in my bio. I've got it linked there too.
Okay, so you can go there.
And the answer is why you should read it is, 1, it's entertaining. 2, you're going to learn something. I guarantee you're going to learn something. If you don't, then I didn't do my job. And you can start you don't have to read it in order. You can look through the table of contents and go, hey, what is that all about? And open that chapter up and read it. And they don't go, you can read them in order, and they're all different, and it's all just a wild ride.
Yeah. That's interesting. But my final thing is this. I'm not a book reader, so this might come out stupid. I don't know.
Right.
What if something that you wrote in the book, what if you realize, oh, I've changed my mind on that, or some new information came and I don't agree with what I wrote? How would you deal with that? Because a book is such a a book is such a finalized thing. Yeah, I mean, when we do this, I might in the next stream say, hey, you know what? In the last stream, I said this. I don't believe that anymore. So for me, it's very easy to just, I believe this now. But when you make a book, it's like, very hard to change that, right? Like,
right.
Is this a retarded question? It is, right?
No, it isn't.
That's a good question, actually.
It's a good question. And I think part of it, too, is if I had that fear, then I never would have finished it, because I'd be too afraid about what anyone's going to think. And in the end, I've done the best job that I could do as far as research and with the intelligence that I've been given.
Oh.
And so I know that I'm not right. And I've already told you guys, I don't know. If I don't know something, I have no problem saying I don't know, because that's the truth.
That's great. But you know why I'm thinking about this? Yeah, I'm thinking about this because I'm looking at David Icke, for example. For me, it looks like David Icke, he's afraid that if he changes his mind on anything, it's gonna make his books look like bullshit. Like, it feels like he has to always be right on everything.
Yeah, he
otherwise
can never say I was wrong on this because it's in print it's in a book that people bought and now you can't take it back.
Yeah,
you feel that
You know
same
what?
responsibility.
Yeah, great. Yes.
And you're right. That's probably it. And that just reminds me, he reposted one of my tweets or whatever
Oh,
they're
really?
called now. Yeah, it was a crazy day that
That's cool.
happened.
That's
But
cool.
that's probably why. I mean, that's a fault to me. Nobody is expected to be right, and you're never going to be right on everything at all.
Yep.
And we shouldn't all agree on everything because that's not healthy either. We're not
Nope.
going to
Right?
get to the truth if we all agree at the same thing and we're a cookie cutter. That's not healthy either.
That's really
So
healthy that you say that, because that means you won't be a slave to your previous books. Like if some new information comes to you,
exactly.
that
Yep.
you're open for that, because it would be bad if you weren't. You know what I mean? So great
And
answer.
that's the real reason. My name is Truthache. My name's Mike, but my real name, or online, it's Truthache, and that's the name of my book. And the reason I chose that is because deep inside, we all ache for the truth. We want to know the truth. And the flip side of that coin, or the dualities,
Truth
as you
aches.
pointed out, is
Yeah.
that the truth hurts us sometimes.
Yeah.
It does, and
Dualistic.
so it's the dualistic, and that's where it comes from. And
I'm gonna clip that. You said dualistic. Gonna use that for
there you go.
the promotion of the Dualistic podcast, which
Yeah, that's the
really-
name of Vince's other podcast. So
Okay.
Dualistic. So you said it perfectly.
Yeah, but
Nice.
that was a great answer. Okay, I'm very satisfied with that answer.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good.
You can't. No one can ever know everything, and we have to be able to admit that we don't know. That's why in the very beginning, when you were like, "I don't know, but this is what I think." That's it, man. That's all I need to hear. When you come in, not you, but somebody comes in and says,
Right, anybody.
"This is
yeah.
it," and blah blah blah. Like, you don't know. None of us know. We have tidbits of what we
Yeah.
consider proof to justify our beliefs, but none of us really know, and none of us are supposed to know, in my mind.
Right.
I don't think we're supposed to know everything. We're supposed to be on a quest for the truth, but I don't think the whole truth is ever obtainable. It's my
No,
problem.
and look at
you
what
go.
happens to us. They flood us right now on your devices. You're flooded with information too much. They're trying to overload you because
Me and Vince
we
were
can't
just
know
talking
everything,
about
and
this.
it just
We
causes
are
crazy
overloaded.
chaos. It's
We
We were
chaos.
just
Definitely.
talking about this before you got here with
Nice.
they feed you a thing, and then you're like, oh, this is gonna be something, and then they drag it out until you've forgotten it because they feed you something else,
Yeah.
and then that goes into the back, and then you have the same hopes that, oh, this is gonna be something, and then they put some. It's just a constant fucking thing of them.
Just silico. Yep.
But
It's crazy.
before we go, let's just
Yeah.
play out this one. We didn't play out this one.
Oh yeah,
Hold on.
that's right.
I don't
Vince's
know.
video.
She's a doctor, but she's not like my doctor. She's like down here. Asked me if I got my RSV, and I honestly couldn't remember. So I was trying to look it up in CVS, and I couldn't find it in CVS. And so I had to go through my conversation history with Kat to find it. But then CVS would load it, and I found out I got it on Valentine's Day. And I'm just looking at my history of vaccinations, and it's crazy. This would make, if an anti-vaxxer saw the list that I'm looking at right now of
That's great.
vaccinations, I have COVID, flu, RSV, flu, HIV, polio, Tdap, MMR, shingles, hepatitis A, flu.
Oh.
That's crazy. Oh, polio.
She's about to say that's crazy. Freudian slip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm crazy. She basically realized I am nuts.
yeah.
Shingles, hepatitis A, flu.
I'm nuts.
That's crazy. Oh, polio. That's so many. HPV.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hold on. I just need to say this. I forgot to say this. I wanted to say this during the stream sometime. If I was single, I would be very careful who I have intercourse with.
Yeah. Thank God I don't have to worry about that.
Hey, I'm married and I'm very careful.
Still, right? But because
played,
who
sir.
knows?
I like
Who
it.
knows what they got inside their body, and if it
Right.
can shed on to you. Fuck,
And
man.
who knows if they're a fucking NPC? I don't want to be sticking.
This
my
one
finger in that,
is.
you know what I'm saying?
She had
Well,
a brief glitch.
That's what I'm saying. She's
like, I'm insane. I'm crazy. And then she.
It's
nutty. That's nutty.
They cram all this shit on you. Like, I drive past Walgreens here in South Florida, and they're like, free COVID and flu vaccines.
Yeah.
When are they ever giving you something for free that actually benefits you?
Unless it's poison.
Oh.
When you see
I was
free
just at the store
insurance payment
yesterday.
this month, free car payment this month, free rent. Like, no, they don't do any of that. But we'll give you a shot for free. Come in and we'll inject something in you. Like,
Oh yeah.
entertainment
Yesterday
purposes
I heard
only.
at the store.
Yes.
Yeah, at the store yesterday it was get your flu vaccine and your COVID vaccine and we'll give you $20 off your groceries.
Oh my god.
Like, oh,
like over the
okay,
intercom.
wow.
Boom.
Yeah, over the intercom.
Oh
What?
my god.
Stop by the pharmacy
you're
on
on
your
the-
way out.
You're over on the West Coast, right? Don't dox yourself, but you're West Coast, right? I mean, not
Oh
West
yeah,
Coast,
I'm a
but you're
left coast. Yep.
left
Yeah,
coast.
I live 20 minutes
Left
from Portland.
coast.
Oh fuck, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
My wife's from Portland.
God damn it!
So
We
I
should have
go-
talked about that earlier. we'll have to talk
Yeah.
about that again because I want to know if the
No
shit
problem.
going on there is
Yeah.
real. What the fuck, man?
Oh no, I got some press credentials and I was thinking about going down there and just because we've driven through there a
Dude,
couple of
just be
times.
careful, please.
It's
be
not as
careful.
it's BS. It's not what they're
Oh,
not.
really?
It's not what they're
Okay.
making it out. Yeah, Portland, like back in right during COVID, the COVID years, it was really bad. Places getting smashed and tents all over, graffiti all over, and they've really cleaned it up. It's not. Salem is actually a lot worse than Portland, I think, right now.
What's
I've been
really
through.
weird is I remember early 2000s, so say between 2000 2010, somewhere in there. Like all the cities I used to think are the areas that I listed as my favorite were like Southern California, Portland, Seattle. Like I loved those fucking places because I was in a band and it was very like, hip. And I mean, I hate to use that word, I'm old, but like it was different than everywhere else. And now it's like if I listen to the media, I'm like, I would never go back to any of those places. Fuck them now.
Right.
So for you to
Seattle's
say
worse
it's
than
not fully
Portland.
like that, so it is bad.
Yeah.
Though. It is different than it used to be.
It's bad, but I grew up 90 miles north of Seattle, and I just moved down here about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, but Seattle I think is worse than Portland is right now. It's
Man.
horrible. It's just
I never
crazy how
actually
these.
liked Seattle. I liked Portland. There was this vegan donut
Yep.
place, like after hours donut place, where it was like
Yep.
the vegan people that worked for the donut shop had this window that opened like a half door, and at midnight they would start selling donuts. Like shit like that was cool. But like
Yep.
Seattle, I never really got into. It was
No.
even though it's a stereotype, every time I was there, it was raining. Like there was a couple places there, Cyber Dog Cafe, a couple cool places, but like it was always raining and always shitty, and I was just like, fuck this. But Portland was cool. But so maybe I can go back one day. Maybe I can. I don't know.
Yeah.
You say it's not as bad as it used to be. Maybe I can.
No, I don't think it is, but I think that there's people that are getting paid to go down and start trouble, and that gets sensationalized. But there's just enough. There's a lot of people. Well, it's just like back in COVID. I mean, where did all those pallets of bricks show up? It's all planned. It's not, you know what I mean? They're paid, and the Black Lives Matter thing. That's all been run out, and we all know about that and who's.
Well, now they have the No Kings one instead. That's a new movement.
Exactly.
No Kings.
I posted a video. So by me, there was a rally, whatever. They were just all old people standing on the side of the road yelling. Whoa! It was like you don't even know what you're yelling for. And
they don't know.
I saw this thing the other day that like tons of Democrats are trying to get citizenship in the UK. Like You're
That's
the
great.
same people saying no kings, and you're trying to move to a country that literally has a king.
Right?
Right.
What the
But
fuck?
that's a great idea, though. Deport all the lefties from America to UK.
Follow Rosie O'Donnell. Go to the UK.
There you go.
Yes. That's a beautiful idea. We got 2 ideas now. One of them is
That's
no
a good
cure, no pay. No cure, no pay. And then deport all the lefties to UK. That's great.
And what's crazy is I used to be a Democrat, dude. I used to be a lefty. I wanted Obama to win. I was like, you guys are just racist. You don't want him to win. Fuck you guys. And now I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, shit's
See, I'm
changed,
kind of the
man.
opposite. I grew up Republican, I guess. Just because the Bible to me is more of a conservative book, but
yeah,
now
but I
I'm
was
not.
atheist, so it made more
Now
sense.
I'm more in the middle. I'm not. It's the left wing and the right wing of the same evil beast, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not. I don't wear a red hat. I'm not.
You don't wear one of these?
But do you think that the last thing, because we're going over time here, do you think that Trump is
the Antichrist?
No, do you
No,
think
he's not the Antichrist.
Do you think
but
he's part of that same thing, or do you think Trump's different from the left and right wing? Do you think he's
No, I think it's all political. It's all the same. It doesn't matter who's in. I mean, look at what's happened since he's been in. Who's been arrested off the list? All these things that are supposed. Nothing's
I agree
happened.
totally, and I agree with all of that. But I also think that I don't know. My perspective is I don't know if Trump's good or bad, but I can definitely see that he's not just another ordinary president. Something is going on around Trump. So whether it be a shift to the horrible or a shift to the good, something's happening right now that's going to change and alter the trajectory of our future forever.
I agree with that. And I think part of where I'm at is that I'm not against him. I'm not against America or any of that stuff, but at the same time I'm not as invested in it as a lot of people are, and I'm not as triggered, and it's easier to see what's what's going on here, what's with that. I mean, there's a lot of things we could talk about, and we're running out of time, it sounds like, but there's a lot of things that are sensitive that don't add up, and just even the people he surrounds himself with, it's like, whoa, what's going on? Even this last little psyop with Charlie Kirk, the whole thing, I mean, there's a lot. We could spend 3 hours on that probably.
Yeah,
there's a lot of weird stuff.
I mean,
he's in the middle of it all.
I'm gonna officially ask you right now if you want to come back. I'd love to have you back for another one. I feel
I'd
like
love
we
to be
could
back.
talk about anything and everything with you, man.
Yeah, no problem.
And I love that when Vince disagrees with you, you don't get upset about it, because some people they get upset, and we're just here to explore different options and talk about different things. Like, there's no reason to get upset. So I love
you both. I love Vince. I love Ted. I don't care. I don't want you to agree with me on everything. And if I said something that you're like, wait a minute, what did he say? And it sticks in your brain, go look it up. Go look it up. And if I'm wrong, I'll own it, and that'll be in my 3rd book. Vince made me write chapter 28 of my new book.
The same. Maybe I'll turn into a Bible guy at some point. I don't know. We'll see.
You might.
I don't know.
You might.
Maybe. I'm open, but it has to make sense for me. I can't just,
That's awesome.
This is how I work. I don't know. Maybe you work the same way. But for me, to believe in something, it has to make sense for me. I can't just say, oh, okay.
Yeah,
no,
I don't understand it, but I'm going to go ahead and believe it.
Because, that's never going to happen. No, that's never going to happen with me. So it has to fully make sense for me, and then I'm on board for real. I'm on board. I want to make sure that it makes sense, and then I want to fully be on board. I don't want to half-ass be on board. I want to be full.
And that's what my 2 books are about. They're my experience of why I believe the Bible is real, and why I think things that we've been told are real, and using COVID or whatever things, we all know things are not that we get played all the time, and I've pulled
Yeah.
some of that out. And this is the evidence that I've got. You don't have to believe me, but read it
Look
and
at it. Yeah.
see what happens when you. Oh, wait a minute. I never knew that about the Bible, or I didn't know that they lied to us about this, and things start
Yeah.
clicking. And that's what I mean. Don't trust me. Do your own research. Here's a bunch. I've done a lot. I've done 25 years of studying and research, and here's all the sources. I'm not hiding it. And
I love it, man.
If I don't know if I don't know it, it's not in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot in there.
But we should do
So,
next time. We should make sure, like, okay, we didn't get to talk about these subjects, so next time we just jump right into those subjects. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we get continuation to this. Go.
No, it's
Sounds
good.
good.
It's
Huh?
again, because he's someone you can talk to about anything, and I
Yeah.
love the energy, man. This solidified what I already felt about you, but through DMs, it's hard to tell. And Vince, you
Right.
back this up. Text
I
is
hate
not the
text.
best way to go.
Shit!
Yeah.
Text is hard.
I said I hate text to a book guy, but you know what I mean.
No,
I like to.
Yeah, it's
I like to
hard.
talk.
You can't. The translation. Yep, you can.
Yeah.
People are animated. You can tell what they mean, what they're really saying, if they're being sarcastic
And if
or
they're
whatever.
genuine. If they're genuine is the
Right.
biggest
Yeah.
thing to me. And
That's
I can
another
tell you're
thing.
genuine. And
Yeah.
and you don't have to be right. You're just telling what you think and let the chips fall where they may. And that's where we are.
Right.
That's where at Phone Booth Productions, that's what it's all about. No one has to
Yes.
be right. We're
Yeah.
here to talk about things that we all agree with or that we all believe in and see what other people think. That's
Because
most
too many people turn into this fucking, I don't know, sort of like a dictator. Like, follow me and think exactly like me. Like, I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
We're all people.
No.
We're all just people.
No.
A lot of people want to just
that-
take that role.
Yeah.
That's not me either. I grew up playing sports. I've had coaches. I've had bosses, and been around a military style mind, and I don't do well with that. When someone gets mad and starts telling me how it is, I shut down and I show them that it's
Same.
not that way.
The same.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
I got that little
Can't
streak in
stand
me.
it.
I don't. Yeah.
That's the way
I
it
like
is,
to
man.
bully the bullies, and that's I don't
Yeah.
like bullies. That's it.
It's nice
Hell
to bully
yes.
the bullies.
It is. It's fun.
It's
So,
nice.
dude, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're gonna set up a second one. Fuck, man.
Well, let me know when we're done recording, 'cause I got something to tell you.
Oh shit, yeah. So we'll be fading out soon. Thank you. I'll put all your links, but is there anything you want to tell people to check out as we're fading out here?
No, just keep researching the flat Earth. That's kind of like, to me, that's what's gonna wake everybody up. It proves there's a creator, and that's all I'm trying to do is wake people up to the truth.
You're an awesome person, and you're terrible at marketing. Where do we find your books?
Oh, yeah.
That is, I am horrible at marketing. It's on Amazon.
Let's go.
Amazon.com. Truthache by Mike Jeffries.
Yep, they'll all be underneath. The links will be in the comments. But thank you
And if
so
anyone
much,
wants
dude.
to help me market, if anyone has any marketing experience and wants to throw it my way, I'd be happy, because I suck
There
at
you
that.
go.
There you go. Help Truthache out with the marketing.
Hit him up. Help him out.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank
It's been
you.
fun.
Good night,
I
everybody.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Truthache.
Good night.
Peace.